controlling transmission. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
Skeeters Baseball.
Deep to left field, going back to the track, to the wall, and he got it all.
After missing the playoffs last year, the Skeeters look to get back to their winning ways as they strive to win it all again this season.
Holy cow!
Follow the Skeeters all season long as they drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship.
I don't believe what I just saw!
The Skeeters' new skipper, Pete Incaviglia, and his boys are primed to win it all as they look to claim the second title in franchise history.
Sugarland! It doesn't get any sweeter!
This is a live presentation of Sugarland Skeeters Baseball. Skeeters Baseball begins now.
And look who's coming up.
So let's go to the broadcast booth with the voice of the Sugarland Skeeters, Ira Liebman.
Welcome to Sugarland, Texas. We're live at Constellation Field, home of your Sugarland Skeeters. We're today in Game 2 of a 3-game series and Game 5 of a 10-game homestand. The Skeeters have the best overall record in the Atlantic League at 72-36, 36 games over 500 for the season. They are 31-14 in the second half. The first half Freedom Division champs are up 6.5 games in the second half over the Barnstormers. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, 42-65 overall, 16-28 in the second half. They are 14.5 games back, and in last place in the Freedom Division behind the front-running Skeeters. Sugarland will send out Lucas Irvin. No record, a 3.11 ERA in 2 starts. The right-hander will take on fellow righty Craig Stem, who is 6-7 with a 4.08 ERA. In game number 110 of the season, home game number 62. Hi, I'm Ira Liebman, joined again here by former coach and Indian scout Kyle Van Hook. And last night, a come-from-behind win, Kyle. And players will say that, it's just another win. But when you're down and you come back, especially late in the game, a little bit different feeling when you get a win like that.
No doubt about it. It already gives you a little confidence and the belief that you can overcome a loss a deficit and come back and win.
Really, the story of last night's game was the starters, and James Russell, the former big leaguer for the Skeeters, and Casey Delgado, the right-hander for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. These guys both pitched well, did not factor in the decision. 7 innings for both of them. It was a 2-2 game at that point, but it kind of go back and forth with both of these pitchers. In fact, Delgado had 4 no-hit innings. He's actually out-pitching Russell through those first 4.
Yeah, and we mentioned last night the fact that Delgado started out, looked like he was unhittable, and James struggled early. I thought the key to the game was James pitching out of some jams and keeping his team in the game, giving them a chance to win late. And then conversely, Delgado kind of got a little fatigued towards the end of the game, and the Skeeters were able to get to him.
Skeeters also, not only did they win, Anthony Jansanti had that 2-run homer, which tied the game at 2. It was the 100th home run of the Skeeters for the season. That was the 3rd time in franchise history that they have 100 steals and 100 stolen bases. Last year they did it, of course, 121 home runs and a high 162 in stolen bases, beating the old record set in 2013 when the Skeeters had 160 steals, but the franchise record, which is still the record, 126 home runs. Also last night, it was Felipe Paulino, the former big leaguer, getting his 29th save of the season. And Paulino, who has primarily been a starter in his big league career, he has been a reliever in the minors, never really been a closer until kind of the second half of last year, but now 1 save away from 30. What does that mean to a closer?
Wow, well, that's what they live for, right? They live to close games out, and it's a totally different cat that has to fill that role, the mindset that they come in, and you have to be forgetful that if you blow a save, tomorrow's another day.
They'll always say, Kyle, play 500 on the road. The Skeeters have the best road record, just 3 games over 500, but 25-22. They, after last night, are closing in on the home win record as well. They got their 47th win. They've also won 25 of their last 30 here at home. I'd say a little bit of home field advantage.
No doubt about it. Yeah, nothing like that home cooking, right?
No doubt about it. Well, a guy that has been here since 2015 on and off, just returning recently after over a year and a half, is the guy that Felipe Paulino is chasing for that save record. He is now 3 away from Derek Loop's single-season save record. Loop, a very accomplished pitcher. Not only has he been a great pitcher both in the starting rotation, even as high as AAA twice, and he has been a lefty specialist. He's been a setup man, and he kind of moved into that closer role at the end of 2015 for the Skeeters. And then, of course, he was part of the championship season. Only 2 members of that team left. Part of this team, Cordero and Loop. Runza was also there, but not during the playoffs. But Loop, always an interesting interview. He was a lot of fun. And when we come back, we'll hear from the Skeeters' single-season save record holder, Derek Loop. We'll return on the Skeeters pregame show in just a moment.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere. Bam! And he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Find stories that will inspire and surprise. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. See all that the Hall of Fame and Museum has to offer and plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Hey Skeeters fans, if you're a senior 55 or over, we have a great deal for you. Join our Silver Skeeters Club presented by Advanced Hearing Center. Silver Skeeters Club members receive admission to 9 Skeeters home games, free drink coupons on game days, exclusive VIP events, and much more. If you're a Skeeters fan aged 55 or over, don't miss out on this great opportunity. For more information, go online to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to the Skeeters pregame show. Ira Lieben here with Skeeters lefty Derek Loop. Derek, you spent the last year and a half in Mexico with 2 teams. How'd you like it down there?
It's a different experience. It's nice to go down there and make a little bit more money than the Atlantic League provides, but it has its wear and tear on you as an import player because they have no inhibition to use you as often as they need to. But all in all, it's been a great experience.
In 2016, you were with the Skeeters. You were the closer all year. Take us through that championship season.
Oh man, just from the get-go, we've had a great group of guys to start with. We all got along fantastic. We all had our little things we were doing to keep each other on their toes. It started out hot. We did fantastic for a long time. Then we hit a rough spot for a while, but fortunately for us, we caught fire just the right time, right before playoffs started, and then it didn't matter who was in front of us. We just ran through everybody.
Since that season, I've asked every player who's ever returned. Skeeters only had 1 5-game winning streak the whole year. You go 10-0 down the stretch. Last 4 at home, sweeping both rounds of the playoffs. What clicked to make that 10-0 run happen?
Fantastic for us. It's just part of baseball. The fact that I had no idea we only had 1 5-game run that whole time. But right towards the end, we were playing loose. We were playing together. We were having fun. It was a bunch of grown men having fun like kids out there, and it didn't matter who was out there. We were 1 pitch away from losing one of the games in York, and somehow we ended up pulling it out and sweeping the rest of the playoffs.
We're speaking to the Skeeters, Derek Loop. You had 4 saves in the playoffs. You get the final out. What did that mean to you? That call I still have. You're in it. So.
Oh man, that just gave me chills thinking about it right now. It's the first time I've ever been a part of something where I've been on the mound for that last out. I made it interesting. Had 2 really quick outs and then a 4-pitch walk, and then I think it was a hit or another error or something happened there, and then finally get that pop up to end the game. The ball was up in the air, I swear to God, for 20 minutes as long as I was waiting for that ball to come down. But there's been no experience like that in the world to me. It's been fantastic.
Still have the ball?
Of course I do. That's fantastic. It's in my house. Something I'll cherish forever, and hopefully we can bring something back to Sugarland this year.
You set the single-season save record that year, 32. Your teammate Felipe Paulino closing in. He got number 29 last night. Probably didn't think you'd be here to watch it get broke, but what's it going to be like when Paulino breaks it?
The guy's pitched fantastic all year. He absolutely deserves everything that's coming to him right now. He's a fantastic teammate. He's pitching his butt off. It's really fun to watch him. So hopefully he gets up to 40 by the end of the season, because that means we're winning and taking that right into the playoffs.
You were number 31 last time. You were number 14. I know you inherited that. But number 31 going to make a comeback?
Not likely. It's probably going to stick with 14. I mean, I feel great. Everything's going well. Let's
Not
hopefully.
that you're the superstitious
No,
type.
I mean,
Mister, I'm a lefty and I have no quirks.
I mean, I definitely have superstition, but number is not necessarily one of them. There's a lot of things that I have to do, but my number is not going to play that much of a role.
We're speaking to Skeeters lefty reliever Derek Loop. 2007, you're an All-Star in the Golden League. You're from California. What was your experience in the now defunct Golden League for Chico playing for the Outlaws?
Yeah, it was my first experience in independent ball. When you get released from affiliated baseball, that's a really helpless feeling. But knowing that I had an Indian ball league to fall back on, and it really kind of catapulted me back into affiliated baseball. So I was really grateful for that experience down there. I won a championship with them too. That was fantastic. Not as nearly as good as the one from 16, but to use that experience and shoot me back into affiliated ball really makes you appreciate being back in affiliated and having that opportunity again.
The following year, you have an unbelievable year. You're also with Chico. You're 3-0 with a 1.53 ERA. You get picked up by Boston. You're 6-0 with a 3.04 ERA. Combined that year, you're 9-0 and a 2.53 ERA. That's some season. What went right that year?
You know, I think it was just that confidence going back after that championship. I worked hard in the offseason to increase my velocity a little bit. It was down the years previous. I got some mechanical things figured out. I got a lot stronger, and I went into that year with a little bit better fastball, and that just gave me more confidence in my breaking stuff. So I think it was just getting back on the mound and having that confidence and having that snowball.
And Derek, your first year in the Atlantic Leagues in 2010, you're with Camden, but you're at AAA twice after that, once in Lehigh Valley with the Phillies. 2 years later, you're in Albuquerque with the Dodgers. You go 11-4 with a 4.88 ERA, but you're still mostly a starter at this point. At what point did you go from starter to reliever, and why?
You know, I think my mentality is built as a reliever my whole life. I was able to fill in a lot of places. I was never an official starter from the beginning of the year. I always ended up developing that way, where I become a short reliever turned to long reliever, and then long reliever into a starter. But I think towards the end of my career, I really came into my own as a reliever. When that phone rings or the radio goes off and my name pops up, that just there's something triggers me way differently than as if I'm a starter. So I think that really. My ultimate success became as a reliever when I figured that out.
We mentioned some of the numbers as a starter. What do you think made you a good starter?
I feel like I worked hard. I prepared for my starts really hard every week. I went out there with confidence because I knew that I did what I needed to do to be ready for that game. Not all of them were good, but it was a matter of me bouncing back like I've always have. I've never been a prospect, never had all the success tied to me right away. So it's always something I had to work for. So. I enjoyed that part of it. I enjoyed the routine part of it, but I'm definitely suited more for a reliever.
We're speaking to the Skeeters single-season save record holder Derek Loop. Everybody wants to reinvent the wheel. What are your thoughts on now the openers, not the closers, but the openers that Tampa Bay is doing?
Nah, not my favorite. I'm traditional when it comes to baseball. Leave the starter out there for as long as you can and save your bullpen. Bullpen gets used a lot anyway. It'd be interesting to see how over a long period of time if this works out. As far as reinventing baseball, there's so many new ways and things are going on as far as spin rate and everything else. I'm really curious to see how this game develops over the next 5 years.
We mentioned your 2 championships. You won a third as a member of the Barnstormers. You were with them in 2013 and 2014, including the Barnstormers team that swept the Skeeters in the championship. What was it like to go from the Barnstormers and then join the Skeeters the following year?
In all honesty, it was actually really nice. I was able to drive out here to Texas. I met some my fantastic host family that's here that I am currently with again. It's a different situation. Obviously, the city's a little different than it is on the East Coast, but it was actually a nice change. I've played a lot of different teams, and this is, for me, coming in, it was just another new team, and it ended up being one of my favorite teams I've ever played on.
We're speaking to the Skeeters lefty reliever Derek Loop. In 2015, your first full season with the Skeeters, you're 2-0 with a 1.28 ERA, 15 saves. This is really your first time as a closer. What was kind of the adjustment to becoming a closer? What was the hardest part for you?
Honestly, that was probably the easiest part. For whatever reason, I thrive on pressure. I love when the game's tight. I love when it's me on the mound. They're relying on me to get those last 3 outs. I think you either have that kind of situation or you don't, as far as a mentality, and I love it. I live and die by every outing. I'm motivated when I lose. I'm motivated when I win. So I think it was really me realizing who I am moving into that closing role. Even though I don't have necessarily closer stuff as far as velocity, I definitely have that mindset.
Speaking of the Skeeters, Derek Loop, you were part of the championship season here in 2016. This team is pretty unbelievable. They have the best record by far in the Atlantic League. In fact, they're on the record pace to set a new home win record. If the season was 140 games, they'd probably break the old record. They set it with the 95 wins. How would you compare the two teams?
It's so nice. I mean, I've only been here a week, but cruising onto a team that is playing as well as they have. Everybody's so loose here. I feel like there's probably more talent on this team. Maybe not, I don't want to say heart, a little more character for the last team, a little more, guys a lot more joking around.
Well
yes, a lot more joking around on that team, on the other team, but there's a lot of more professionals here, a lot of guys that have a lot of talent, a lot of major league talent. I think there's a lot of respect for these guys all across. Everybody's loose, and as long as we can maintain that, I can see a lot of positive things happen at the end of the season.
Coming back, not being the closer now, being that kind of lefty specialist and the setup man at times, what's the difference for you? You kind of said that alarm goes off in your head when you get the call and you're going to come and you're going to close. You know the role, but what's the difference for you as far as pitching and not being that closer?
Yeah, I got to start preparing earlier in the game, and that for me, that's about it. I still treat it. I'm out there. They're still relying on me. I still got to get this game to the closer or the seventh guy or the eighth guy, depending on when they put me in the game. So it's a little bit changed mentality as far as not being the closer, but not enough to where it's going to deter me from preparing the same way and being ready for the game.
Is there a difference in all the mentalities, being a 6-inning, 7-inning setup guy, closer, even being a lefty specialist? Is there a different mentality for all those roles?
For a long reliever, you got to have to pace yourself a little bit if you're going multiple innings. I think as a one-inning reliever, it's all the same. Knowing who's coming up, they're probably not going to pinch hit and do that stuff against you, so knowing guys off the bench is probably not as big of a deal. But for me, it's the same mentality. I'm going out there to get 3 outs as fast as I can, whether that's punch outs or ground outs or fly outs, but I'm out there to get 3 outs and get my butt back in there.
Skeeters left-handed reliever and single-season save record holder Derek Loop back here on the Skeeters pregame show in just a moment.
Hey Skeeters fans, have a worry-free kids birthday party here at Constellation Field. You and your guests will have everything you need, including access to our picnic plaza, pool, food, cake, and so much more. The birthday child will be able to throw out the first pitch, get a jersey with their name and number, and we will sing happy birthday to them on the dugout. Join us at Constellation Field, where we will do all the work so you can enjoy the game.
Are you buying or selling a home in Longmeadow Farms, Aliana, Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory, Greatwood, or Harvest Green? Depend on Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors at 281-777-1907. A multi-million-dollar producer and Fort Bend County real estate expert, Kim is uniquely qualified with a proven track record of success and almost 20 years of satisfied customers. Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors, 281-777-1907.
Saturdays at 4 p.m., it's the Top 40 Block Party on Sweet 96, sponsored in part by your plumber for life, Steinmetz Plumbing in Richmond. They're called your plumber for life because once you've used Steinmetz, you'll never use anyone else. They are fast, efficient repipe specialists. And for any plumbing emergency, hit Steinmetz. For quality of work, fair pricing, and a wonderful customer service experience, it's Steinmetz Plumbing, yourplumberforlife.com, or 281-620-9200.
We are La Casina.
Just about ready to play ball here. Skeeters right-hander Lucas Irvin, no record at 3.11 ERA against right-hander Craig Stem, 6-7 with a 4.08 ERA. Starting lineups in the first pitch. When we come back, it's time to play ball. We return right here to Constellation Field in just a moment.
Hey, Skeeters fans, if you're a senior, 55 or over, we have a great deal for you. Join our Silver Skeeters Club presented by Advanced Hearing Center. Silver Skeeters Club members receive admission to 9 Skeeters home games, free drink coupons on game days, exclusive VIP events, and much more. If you're a Skeeters fan aged 55 or over, don't miss out on this great opportunity. For more information, go online to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protected. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Every Saturday home game at Constellation Field will feature a giveaway or a post-game concert for fans in attendance. Giveaway nights include such items as hats, SWATs and Star Wars bobbleheads, a Tracy McGrady bobblehead, and much, much more. While the post-game concerts feature artist 80s sensation The Spasmatics, country bands with Roger Krieger and Jack Ingram, and even a Jimmy Buffett cover band. For a full lineup, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com for more information. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Welcome back to Constellation Field. Time to take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Leading off is left fielder Ryan Strausberger. Batting second is shortstop Edwin Garcia. In right, Teo Martinez bats third, the cleanup hitter, and first baseman is John Griffin. Batting fifth and at third is Frank Martinez. The DH Devin Rodriguez bats sixth. Corey Vaughn batting seventh. He'll be in center. Greg Maddox is the catcher batting eighth, and batting ninth, second baseman Angelis Nina. Defensively for the Skeeters, it is Barrett Barnes in left, Anthony Jansanti in center, and Dennis Phipps in right. Around the infield diamond, Juan Silverio at third. It is Alvaro Rondon at short, his double play partner, former big leaguer Daniel Robertson. Albert Cordero at first, Derek Norris behind the dish, and he'll be catching right-hander Lucas Irvin. Irvin making his third start for the Skeeters. No record, a 3.11 ERA. 8 2/3 so far, 9 Ks, 4 walks. He has allowed 10 hits. His first outing with the Skeeters was a brilliant one, 5 shutout innings of 3-hit baseball. Last time out in an 11-9 loss to Somerset, a wild game, 3 2/3, 5 runs. Only 3 of them earned though, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. He is a 29-year-old righty, 6'1", 200 pounds from Grove, Oklahoma originally. He was drafted twice. First time by the White Sox in the 43rd round in 2010. That was out of Maple Woods Community College in Kansas City, Missouri, and then drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays in the 27th round in 2011 out of Northwestern State University of Louisiana. Well, stepping in is Strausberger, the right-hand hitting left fielder, 246, 7 home runs, and 37 RBIs. First pitch of the ballgame is high and tight. Ball 1-0, and we are underway. Game 2 of a 3-game series here against Southern Maryland in Game 4 of a 10-game homestand. So far, the Skeeters are 3-1. The 1-0. This one is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thank you very much for joining us here on a Wednesday evening. Ira Liebman along with former college coach and current Indian scout Kyle Van Hook. The 1-1. This one is swung and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. And the scout is at it. He's got his radar gun out. And what do you got so far, Kyle?
I'm actually applying my trade right now. He's 88, 89. First few fastballs. That last pitch was 84, and don't know what it was.
The 1-2. Now you know how I feel. I thought it was just me that always says, I sit back here. I was never a pitcher. Now a scout doesn't always know every pitch. I don't feel quite as bad.
Well, he just confirmed it was a slider. The last 2 pitches were sliders.
There you go. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here on Strausberger. Let's see where Norris sets up here. Norris is going to set up on the outside corner, and the 2-2 is swung and nut foul back into the right of home. Irvin spent 2018 thus far with the Kansas City T-Bones, where he went 5-4 and 5.99 ERA in 15 starts before joining the Skeeters. He is an Atlantic League veteran, spent time with the Patriots. The 2-2 from the right-hander. Curveball back to Irvin, spears it to his right on top of the mound and throws it to first for out number 1. And that was the curve, was it not?
Yes, sir, it was. 74 miles an hour. Nice little tool I have here, isn't it, Ira?
It's phenomenal. You as a whole are a tool for me, so.
You know, I've been called a lot of things. I'm not sure I've ever been called a tool, but I'll take it.
Well, not in the derogatory sense of calling a guy a tool, but I meant a valuable asset that can see things that I don't.
I understand. I've been called a lot worse, by the way. So.
1 out, none on here for Edwin Garcia. Garcia having a great year, phenomenal defensive shortstop, and he is hitting .299 right now. 3 home runs, 31 RBIs, fouls the ball off to the right side. No balls and 1 strike to count. A little bit more on Irvin He first appeared in the Atlantic League. That was back in 2013 with the Camden River Sharks. Spent 2015 with the Patriots. That's the year they won the championship. He got a ring, but he was not around for the end of the season. And it was also with Somerset last year. So he is a veteran of this league in a lot of ways. Combined 15 and 12, a 3.83 ERA lifetime in the Atlantic League. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Irvin's pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 3 seasons of affiliated ball. He's 7-6 with a 4.11 ERA. First appeared in independent ball in 2012 with the Kansas City T-Bones. 2012 to 2013, as I mentioned last year, the New Jersey Jackals and the Can-Am League in 2013. Career independent numbers 32 and 24 with a 3.64 ERA. Spent some time in Caracas, Venezuela, in the Winter League as well. The 2-2. Down low, that'll run the count full 3-2. Irvin pitched 2 seasons at Northwestern State from 2010 to 2011 and was 13-11 with a 3.40 ERA for the Demons, including being named the All-South Conference team in 2010. Payoff pitch coming here from Irvin. Let's see when Norris sets up. He'll set up away, and the 3-2 is outside ball 4. There is 1 on and 1 out for Teodoro Martinez. We were talking before the game, Kyle, about, who knows if it's going to happen or not. There's always lots of talk, and instant replay keeps expanding about maybe automated umpires behind the plate. And, there's so many things that can go wrong, but you can take the opposite and say there's so many things that could also go right. What is your take on either side?
I as I told you before the game, I have a dislike for umpires, like most people do. But I would be for it because so many times you see bad calls behind the plate and the strike zones that shouldn't be called strikes.
This one is a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, no balls and 1 strike to count.
And that's coming from a very, very staunch traditionalist. So it takes a lot for me to say what I just said. But I don't know. Sometimes you got to make a change, and sometimes it's for the better. It's going to be awfully hard to implement, I think.
Because of umpires and unions and all that kind of stuff?
That and the human element, as everybody will say.
The 0-1. This one is swung and a miss. 0-2. I mean, can't there be any room for margin of error? I mean, it's not a perfect game. Nothing's perfect.
No, I agree. And we were talking. I think you were kind of shocked. I heard on the radio today that the computer will call it, but there'll be a home plate umpire behind the plate.
I just don't understand having balls. So what is he going to do outside of maybe implementing a check swing or not?
That and fair foul. And
this one is a ground ball to short, slow roller. Let's see if they can turn 2. Alvaro Rondon to Robert. And there's a 6-4-3 double play, and that will do it. So an unconventional 1-2-3 first for Irvin with the ground out, the walk, and the 6-4-3 DP. Blue Crabs do not score here in the top of the first. Skeeters coming to bat for the first time when we return.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
This is Skeeters broadcaster Will Scott. Sugarland unites. Get your postseason tickets now by calling the TDECU ticket office at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Or you can go to sugarlandskeeters.com. And be sure to join the voice of the Skeeters, Ira Liebman, for every playoff game on Sweet 96.1 FM. The new home of the Sugarland Skeeters is your Skeeters look to take home their 2nd title in franchise history. Go Skeeters!
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Time to take a look at the starting lineup for your Sugarland Skeeters. Barrett Barnes will lead it off. He'll be in left. Last night, home run by Anthony Jansanti back in the 2-hole. He'll be in the center. Derek Norris, the former big league catcher, will be behind the dish, batting third. Cleanup hitter Juan Silverio is at third. The DH is Matt Chavez batting fifth. Albert Cordero bats sixth. He'll be at first. In right field, Dennis Phipps bats seventh. Batting eighth, Daniel Robertson at second. And batting ninth, Skeeters shortstop Alvaro Rondon. Barrett Barnes will lead it off. 257, 12 home runs, 49 RBIs, 4 leadoff home runs for Barnes. On the mound, right-hander Craig Stem. First pitch by the right-hander is low and away. Ball 1-0. Stem 6-7, a 4.08 ERA. This is his 39th appearance, his 9th start. 83 2/3. He has struck out 66 and walked 24 and allowed 88 hits. The 1-0 is down low, 2-0. Stem, 28 years old, 6'2", 215, from Tennessee, selected by the Dodgers in the 15th round in 2011 at a Trevecca Nazarene University in Nashville, Tennessee. Taken, he's probably a country music fan. The 2-0, right down the middle for a strike. See, you don't need automation. It was right down the middle. Even I can see that.
Well, he called it a strike, and it was a strike. No debate there. It was a solid strike.
From the stretch, the right-hander deals the 2-1. This one nubbed foul behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I saw I'm part of a Sabre group here in Houston, Larry Durker Sabre group, and there was a speaker one time who was talking about the actual calls over the course of the game the umpire really has to make, because the ones that are way outside you don't need to really call them. They're obvious balls, and the ones right down the middle like that last one are strikes. So how many decisions is he making over the course of, say, 300 pitches? It only broke down to about 30 or 40 pitches.
Really?
Yep.
So the obvious one is either bad or good.
Yep.
Leave you with about 30-something percent.
Yep.
It's interesting.
Payoff pitch coming here to Barnes, who's amongst the league leaders in walks. They set up inside here, and the 3-2. This is inside, ball 4, and Barnes leads off and walks again. Came into the game third in the league in walks with 61. Now it's 62. So another leadoff man reaching. Barnes on at first. Anthony Jansanti hit his 16th home run of the year in last night's ball game. Anthony, 291, 16 and 52. And that broke a 16 home run game drought. So he hit number 16 after not hitting one in 16 ball games. Closing in on 20. He would only be the 4th Skeeter ever to do it. And that list includes Jeremy Barfield, who has the record at 27. Also was the Atlantic League Player of the Year and helped the Skeeters win the championship in 2016. Then it is Kobe Clemens, who has 21, who had the original record, and Delwyn Young, who hit 20. And that's the list. So an elite company. No balls and 1 strike here to Anthony. A little bit more here on Craig Stem. Last 3 starts, 1-2 with a 6.35 ERA, 17 innings, 18 Ks, 6 walks, so exactly 3-to-1 strike to walk ratio, and allowed 19 hits. Team not scoring a lot of runs for him last time out. This one is hit into the right field corner. Long run here by Teodoro Martinez. He won't catch it. He's going to rattle around in the corner. Let's see if they wave Barnes. They will hold him at third. And the Skeeters in business here with runners on second and third and nobody out as Jansanti continues his hot hitting. That was double number 18. A ring of Derek Norris. Norris 263, 9 home runs, 48 RBIs. A little more on Stem, who is now in some trouble. Stem joined the Skeeters rotation on June 29th and has gone 2-3 with a 4.60 ERA and 45 innings, 8 starts, striking out 32, walking 11. So he's been pretty good. Mentioned that last start, he lost 7-1. He was the unfortunate beneficiary of 6 earned runs. But in his last start, in a 14-2 win, he only allowed 2 earned runs. So he's been decent for the most part as a starter. This one is a strike. Right at the knees to Norris. No balls and 1 strike. Against the Skeeters this year, in 7 games but only 1 start, he's 0-1 with a 5.40 ERA, even has a save. Stem has held opponents to a 2.03 average with runners in scoring position. 14 for 69. It's going to be tough here. Second and third, nobody out. The Blue Crowns will play the infield back. This one outside. And last night we talked about playing the infield in a little bit too early, and here's the same situation, yet they're playing back. Do you think you need to have consistency?
Yeah, again, I think it's more dependent on your feel for the pitcher that you're playing against and how well you think he's going to hold you to a low score, or how many runs you think you're going to score.
Good point. The 1-1. This one's swollen and hit in the air. Shallow right field. This will not be deep enough. The second baseman, Angeles Nina, in shallow right, brings it down for out number 1. So not a productive out. A rarity for Norris. That'll bring in cleanup hitter Juan Silverio. 310, 5 home runs, and 23 RBIs. Sem has appeared in the affiliate level in the Dodgers system from 2011 to 2014. The Marlins in 2015 getting as high as AAA. And his affiliated career record in 5 seasons, 8-15, with a 4.64 ERA. Only made 4 starts during that span. 175 games, 23 saves. Stem first appeared with the Blue Crabs in 2016. Has appeared with them each of the last 3 seasons. He's been 8-11 with a 3.97 ERA. Swan is a little low and away. 1-0 to Silverio. No score here, bottom of the first. Ira Liebman along with Kyle Van Hook. Skeeters looking to strike first here in the first. Runners on second and third, and only 1 down for one of their best run producers, Juan Silverio, who has knocked in 23 runs in 34 games. This one, a high chopper off third. Would have been high enough of a chop to get Barnes in from third, but it kicks foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Barnes at third. Jansanti on at second. Silverio at the plate.
Yeah, it's a little bit reminiscent, that high chopper, the way we scored the go-ahead run last night on that slow
one
road.
game, and you're already saying we. Way to join the team, Kyle. I am
I'm
very
a team
impressed.
player, Ira. There's no question.
I see. He set up outside the 1-1. This one is hit into right center field. This should be deep enough, or maybe drop in, and it will. Jansanti had a hold up, so they will only score 1, but Barnes trots home, and the Skeeters take a 1-0 lead here in the first. RBI number 24 on the season on the bloop single by Silverio. That puts Jansanti down at third. It's only 1 away from Matt Chavez. Matt getting a night off from the field. He is the DH. 332, 11 home runs, and 65 RBIs for Matt. Chavez hit in 14 of his last 16, hitting at a 311 mark. Chavez is one of the few guys I've ever seen. He's so consistent that even his hitting streaks aren't way above his normal average. Never too hot, never too cold. He's just right.
I believe that's consistency, isn't it?
He's the Goldilocks of the Atlantic League. In steps Chavez. See if he can drive a run home here. Infield at double play depth. This one a strike at the knees. No balls in, 1 strike to count. You know, you brought up a good point. We were talking before the game. Now all the umpires have MLB on their hats, and they are all rotated from the National and the American League, especially with interleague play. But years ago, it was NL umps only, AL umps only, and the strike zones were different. I thought your take on that was pretty interesting. 3-0-1 here. This one a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, the theory I heard, and I remember because I used to watch, the American League umpires had the big chest protector they held with their left arm, the balloon protector, and they couldn't see the lower part of the zone. The National League umpires didn't have it. They got lower and didn't see the upper part of the zone, so the National League had a lower zone, American League had a higher zone.
Very interesting fact, and that was always a fact back in the day. The National League is a much lower strike zone. A lot of people attribute it to better pitching. This one is chopped foul behind the plate. Count remains 0-2 here on Chavez. The one thing I never bought, and again with interleague play and so many games now, it's not quite as prevalent, but I never bought that the National League was a better pitchers league and the American League was a better hitters league, because, you know, you had more hitting in the American League, so of course they were better hitters. You didn't have just the DH. It was a better lineup from 1 through 9. I mean, even currently, the Yankees just have Curtis Granderson with 40 home runs batting 9th.
Yeah, that's right.
This one is fouled off to the right side. Count remains 0-2. So what do you got on Craig Stem so far?
Craig Stem, the fastball 90-94.
Wow.
Actually, he's sitting at 2s and 3s. He's touched a 4, and then a slider 81-83, and I haven't seen a third pitch yet.
Wow.
I believe we said in the pregame report he's a 2-pitch guy, didn't we?
Yes, actually, that's a great point.
I just remembered that.
Yeah, the report on him, and this is from a couple of years ago. We'll get to it after this pitch. The 0-2 coming here from the right-hander. They will set up inside, and this one is a slow roll to second. Let's see if they turn two. They go to second for one. The relay to first in time. So unfortunately, that runner will go to waste on the 4-6-3 double play. So both teams in the first, but the Skeeters strike first. They get one run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We are through 1 inning of play. Skeeters in front early, 1-0 here with the Blue Crabs.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Hi folks, this is Blaine Law, the owner of the Lost Cajun in Rosenberg, Texas at the Brazos Town Center. I'd like to introduce you to the Lost Cajun.
This is Griff, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas. Come out, folks, and meet us. Try some great food, seafood gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice lobster bisque, and jambalaya. Les bon temps roulés. Let the good times roll.
Oh, they got that food to go in there. Cater that gator too. 281-762-0512.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugar Land. Go Skeeters!
Top of the second. Skeeters right-hander Lucas Irvin has a lead to work with now, 1-0. It'll be the meat of the order after an unconventional 1-2-3 with a ground-out walk and double play for Irvin. John Griffin, Frank Martinez, and Devin Rodriguez. Griffin, 294, 9 homers, 25 RBIs. He has a ton of power from the right side. Stands in there at 6'6". Although some people say 6'7", so either or, he's tall. That's all you need to know. First pitch a strike, 0-1, and apparently not superstitious, wearing number 13. Now you were a coach and you played at one time. Were you superstitious at all?
Oh, if you're a baseball player, you have a bunch of superstitions.
Yeah, I'm not the superstitious type. I don't buy into it. I don't, because
yeah.
I have a good broadcast. I don't do the same things over the next day. I don't get it.
Yeah. You can ask my wife.
What was your superstitions?
Well, I mean, just if you got on a win streak, you didn't change your routine. You kept the same underwear. I mean,
I knew you were going to go there.
I don't want to get too personal.
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah.
I was going to say I don't do any of those things like
Yeah.
underwear, but you beat me to it.
Yeah,
so if you went 12 days in a row, I'm just saying 2 weeks worth?
I'm just saying it. If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It probably was never broke. It's all in your mind. Griffin swings at a high fastball. Now 2-2 the count. I say do the things you normally do. They work.
Oh, yeah.
Win or loss.
I mean, now that I've been out of it for so long, I look back and see how silly I was, but that's just the way it is.
The 2-2, low and away. They'll run the count full 3-2. So you have superstitions as a scout. Are there superstitious scouts holding their radar gun in a certain position if they get a guy signed? Or
No, I don't know of any scouts that have superstitions.
All right.
Just players and coaches. Just players and coaches.
Payoff pitch by Irvin. This one on the outside corner. Strike 3. Irvin got the strike call. Griffin didn't think so. First K of the day. And there is one away. So 1 out, none on for Frank Martinez. There are 2 Martinezes on this team. This is Frank Martinez, the infielder. This is also a Martinez who is an outfielder, if that doesn't get confusing to you at all. And they are not, as you would imagine, related. Teodoro Martinez is the other, who is the right fielder in this game. First pitch to the left-handed hitter and past the diving Robertson. go down as a hit. First hit against Irvin for the Blue Crabs. 1 on and 1 out. That'll bring in Devin Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the DH, 267, 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. Rodriguez also batting here from the left side. Take a look at how Rodriguez has done as of lately. Devin in a bit of a slump. He is 0 for his last 5, and he is just 3 for his last 22. And a 3 for 22 equates to a 136 average. So in a bit of a slump, to say the least.
I believe 136 qualifies as a slump.
I would agree with
just
you,
my
Coach.
Just my novice knowledge of the game.
That's more than novice. You got to see that AL championship ring you're sporting at the
I'll
Indians.
bring it tomorrow. I have to get it out of the vault, but
vault, huh? Is this
I
at
will
Fort
bring
Knox? Do you have guards circling?
It's the only one I got, and
electric fences, that kind of stuff.
Like I told you, I got off the plane and went straight to my insurance agent. and Said we need to insure this puppy.
That sounds like a commercial right there. Skeeters leading 1-0 here in the top of the second. This one big swing and a miss. How fast was that?
89 miles an hour.
Wow.
But it was elevated, which means it looks a little faster to the hitter. I got another superstition story for you. My son was a quarterback at Brenham High School, and we got on a win streak, and it just so happened we had pot roast that Thursday night.
So every single night?
And my family to this day won't eat pot roast.
I wouldn't either.
I burned them out.
Oh, terrible. This one swung on, jam shot, back behind us here behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
It was pretty good pot roast too, by the way.
No, it's too bad. Interesting note on STEM here, which I can appreciate. Mentioned he went to Trevecca Nazarene College in Tennessee, but he also went to Western Kentucky, and he majored in broadcasting, saying, I'd love to be a play-by-play guy. I'm a big Vince Scully fan. Well, it's a lot harder than it looks, Greg. I just make it look easy. The 1-2. This one swung and missed the ball in the dirt. There goes the runner. The throw down to second, not in time. I'll go down as a strikeout wild pitch, getting the runner to the second base. Second strikeout here in the inning out of the game for Irvin. No 2 outs, none on for Corey Vaughn. What was that ball in the dirt?
It was a curveball, 74 miles an hour. But you talking about making things, that it's not easy it looks. Most professionals, yourself included, compliment.
Thank you.
Do make their jobs look easy. You look at professional golfers, professional athletes, and a lot of people think baseball's not that hard. It's pretty hard.
Oh,
a lot of people think golf's not that hard because that little ball sitting on the tee, it's hard.
Good point. Especially independent ball gets kind of the rap for that. This one is high and inside to Vaughn, 1-0. And I think anyone who comes out here who has played high school or college ball looks at this as just independent ball, and they say, I could do that. I can compete at that. My answer is no, you can't. If you haven't been to at least AA, you cannot play here in the Atlantic League. There's nothing but AA, AAA guys. I mean, Stem was a AAA guy. Big league guys. Norris was a Major League All-Star catching back there. So it was a slow grounder to third. Silverio cuts in front of Rondon. The third baseman's toss across in time. That is out number 3. I don't know if Cordero knew there were 3 outs. Came up ready to fire down to third base. No runs. 1 man left on base. Middle of the second. Skeeters still in front. 1-0 here against the Blue Crabs from Constellation Field.
Tuesdays are 2 for Tuesdays at Constellation Field this season. Every Tuesday home game, fans can buy 1 field box ticket or grassland ticket and get 1 free. Watch the Skeeters in exciting Atlantic League action. Half-price tickets for groups are also available each Tuesday, or you can buy tickets 24/7 at sugarlandskeeters.com. For more details, give us a call at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Salon Evan and Day Spa is the premier Aveda Concept Salon in Sugarland. Locally owned and family operated since 1989. Let our Aveda trained stylists take you to the highest level of satisfaction with the latest techniques for coloring, highlighting, and precision haircuts. Treat yourself to our famous Aveda facial, a relaxing massage, or a signature manicure and pedicure. Have an ultimate salon experience today at Salon Evan and Day Spa. 281-980-5160. 281-980-5160.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field. Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Bottom of the second, Skeeters will try to add to their 1-0 lead against right-hander Craig Stem. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Skeeters. Albert Cordero, Dennis Phipps, and Daniel Robertson. Cordero comes in at 279 home runs, 36 RBIs. First pitch by Stem. That's one swung and a miss. No balls and one strike to count. The switch hitter, Cordero at first here tonight. Batting from the left side. A lot of people don't know this, and this isn't the case with Cordero, but you know, when you see kind of the old days with the numbers are always single digit, guys' number dictated where he batted in the order, hence why Babe Ruth wore 3 and Garrick wore 4.
Wow, that's something I didn't know.
This one is a ground ball to second. Angeles Nina has it. The second baseman will throw at Cordero. 4-3 in the putout, and there's one down.
That, you know, my goal every day, Ira, is to learn something new, and I just did.
Well,
I accomplished my goal. It wasn't until 7:35.
You can go now. Your night is complete.
I'm done.
Well, in steps Dennis Phipps. Phipps 268, 9 home runs, and 36 RBIs on the season for Dennis. Skeeters leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Phipps hitting .316 over his last 5 games, going 6 for 19 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He's in a little bit of a power surge. Lifts up the hands, ducks back the knees for a ball low. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Skeeters 1 run on 2 hits. Southern Maryland no runs on 1. Pretty good pitching duel last night between the Skeeters' James Russell and right-hander Casey Delgado for Southern Maryland. Through 4, it was just 1-0 Southern Maryland. 2-0 through 5 and 2-2 through 6. And actually 2-2 through 7 until the Skeeters got a pair in the 8th inning. Went on to win 4-2. The 1-1. Swung and belted out to left field. There's a base hit in front of the left fielder. So a 1-out single by Dennis Phipps. He continues his hot hitting. 1 on and 1 out here for Daniel Robertson. I think Robertson is just about ready to start getting on a little bit of a roll here. Starting to swing the bat a little bit better. Former big leaguer last night, 1 for 3. Also scored a run. Robertson, you know, a guy that, as I mentioned, kind of a small guy, gets overlooked quite a bit, but you know, he's had quite a career. I mentioned his big league numbers, but he's a very good hitter overall. I think the Skeeters are going to be very impressed as this season winds down. First pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. In fact, he often gets confused with Daniel Robertson from the Indians. They've even gotten their bat orders mixed up. He's a .262 career hitter in the big leagues, not a .296 hitter in the minors over 11 seasons. I mean, that's not an accident. See how high he has ever hit. 321 at AAA, 57 games. That was last season. About his peak. Going back to his college days at Concordia, he hit .404 and .415. And he went to Oregon State, hit .327.
You know, .266 in the big leagues is pretty good.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, you got a lot of .240, .230 hitters right now making millions of dollars.
The 2-1, delayed steal. There goes Phipps. The throw down to second would have had him by a mile, but it bounces, and perhaps the shortstop, Edwin Garcia, had to come all the way across and roll, trying to dive for that ball, is down, and he looks hurt. Pete Incaviglia and Max Mahaffey, the Skeeters trainer, are also coming out, so both managers and both trainers coming out. Skeeters will look at Phipps, and the Blue Crabs will look at the shortstop, Garcia. While they do, time for a little Baseball 101. Maybe you can learn 2 things here today, Kyle. This day in baseball history brought to you by Texas State Technical College in Fort Bend County. Make your own history by earning your associate's degree at TSTC. Visit tstc.edu to learn more. Well, on this date, August 29, 2006, Astros center fielder and former Skeeter Willie Tavares. Consecutive game hitting streak is stopped at 30, establishing a new franchise record. The 24-year-old Houston leadoff hitter, who was plunked twice by Brewers starter Tomaoka, goes 0 for 3 in the team's 10-3 victory at Minute Maid Park. That's a look at this day in baseball history, brought to you by Texas State Technical College of Fort Bend County. See, it's always a learning experience.
Well,
here,
yeah,
Tom.
I'm just thinking, can I use that one for tomorrow? So I've already accomplished my goal for tomorrow. I'm ahead of the curve.
I'm going to actually do 2 today, which I don't usually do because I saw a phenomenal one today that I could not help myself in, but the runner's still down here. And you're going to love this because this has never happened ever again. So Danny McClain, of course, you know, 10 seasons with Detroit, Atlanta, Oakland, and Washington. Won back-to-back Cy Youngs in 68 and 69 and the MVP in 68. World Series champ with the Tigers that year as well. Well, listen to this game. On this day, August 29th, 1966, before his Cy Young years, he wins 6-3. That's the least of what he did. A complete game, allows 8 hits, 3 earned runs, strikes at 11, walks 9, and throws 229 pitches.
Ooh. Wow.
And that's twice, more than twice what a guy would ever be allowed to throw in this day and age.
Yeah. They may throw that manager in jail today, in today's society. 229. My
Just
goodness.
Crazy talk.
Woo.
Sadly, after that 68 season, when he won the 31 games, his career went downhill quickly. The 3-1 here to Daniel Robertson from the right-hander Stem. A strike on the outside corner, 3-2. Now, are you for or against, as a former coach, a hit and run without a force? So Phipps is at second with no runner behind him. Are you for or against that?
Never did it, so I'd have to say I'm against it.
Maybe you just never implemented it. Give you the benefit of the doubt. The 3-2 here by Stem. Down low, ball 4. Okay, now you have it, Coach, with 1 out. Ball Rondon, a good contact hitter.
I don't think I ever called a hit and run without, runner on first or.
Why is that?
I can't tell you why. I've never heard of it, of anybody hitting and running.
I see it every now and then. It's so strange to watch, but it makes me think when I see it, I think, well, if you can do it with a force, why wouldn't you do it without a force? Because now there's no double play in order. At worst, if it's a strike, I'm going to throw him at anyway. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Linceps Alvaro Rondon, 289 for the number 9 hitter. No home runs, 36 RBIs. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Alvaro. He is hitting 21 of his last 27. Going 26 for 81. It's a 321 more. So looking for that elusive first home run of the season. The 1-0. Squares the bunt, pops it up. And this one almost comes back here. Very tippy top of the net. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out, 2 on. Skeeters leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Did you have any unique play as a coach that you kind of invented or wasn't used much and took from another coach? I always hear a lot of coaches say, the best secrets are the ones I steal from other coaches.
Well, yeah, you steal a lot of stuff. Can't think of anything that was very unique.
This one is hit down the left field line. This might be fair. No, just hooks foul at the last second.
Yes, I did. I remember it's a pretty long situation. I'll piece it together here. First and third with a left-handed pitcher.
Okay.
The runner on first takes off. He tries to time it to where he's taking off to steal second right before the pitcher picks his leg up.
Okay.
The minute the runner on first takes off, the runner on third takes off for home.
The 1-2 here from Stem. Check swing, just gets a piece of it. Bounce it at the plate, 1-2.
So the minute the runner on first takes off, the runner on third takes off. The runner on first, after he takes off at about a step or two, he's going to act like he trips.
Like Anthony Jansanti did last night.
Yeah. And if it works correctly, the pitcher will step off the rubber and take a step towards him. This guy's broke. When he broke, you don't have any shot at the plate.
Now, what happens if the pitcher comes home?
Usually it's too late.
So it's still a double steal? The guy's stealing home?
No.
Or does he stop?
You mean if he makes the pitch? Yeah. Then you got a problem. If he steals home, he steals home. If he doesn't.
That's one hit into left field. There's a base hit. Let's see if they wave Phipps. They'll hold him up as the ball comes in quickly. And the bases are loaded here with only 1 away. So Phipps at third, Robertson at second, and Alvaro Rondon at first. So would you? The runner at first is still stealing second. And if
yes,
they throw him out, they throw him out. The guy third
and again,
stays.
He wants to go. He wants to make sure he goes before the pitcher picks his leg up and goes home. And
so he's hoping the guy catches the corner of his eye and sees him.
Yeah,
going.
he wants to get caught, but he's going to trip and act like he.
So why
trips.
not go early so the guy catches him in no man's land?
He wants to go early, but you want to time it where it's right before he's going to pick his leg up, because then his mind's on the hitter.
Gotcha. Well, Barnes will step in as we go back to the top of the order. Barnes already at a grand slam this season with the bases loaded, hitting .250, 2 for 8, a home run and 12 RBIs. First pitch inside almost hits him, and he will not flinch. Barnes is leading the Atlantic League in hit by pitchers with 16. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Stem and digging himself deep here. So far, 36 pitches, 23 for strikes. There's a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
But we ran it one time in my 8 years, and when we ran it, the home plate umpire.
This one is a little low, 2-1.
We ran it to perfection. The run scored. All of us were going nuts. And the home plate umpire's got his hands up, and he said, "We had time."
Oh.
And I said, "Why? How?" And I was a little bit animated. He said, "Your hitter called timeout."
Did he?
I was just beside myself.
The 2-1, swung and missed. A high outside fastball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I would have lost my mind.
I go to my hitter, and I said, "Don, why? You knew the play was on.
Yeah,
we
it was called.
Why? All you had to do was stand there." I said, "Why did you call time?" He said, "I heard something in my eye." I said, "I don't care if you had a log in your eye.
You didn't have to swing.
All you had to do was stand there." Exactly. So, and never ran it again.
Oh, there's not much confidence. Your hitter blew it for you. It wasn't your fault as a coach.
And you know what? He gets a double down the line the next pitch, and so he vindicated himself.
So you didn't have to roast him after the game, lay into him.
Exactly.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, 1-0 Skeeters. Bottom of the second, base is full here. The 2-2 to Barnes. Swung and hit back to the pitcher. He'll come home for 1. The throw to first is in time in the second straight inning. They have DP, and that's the rare 1-2-3 double play. Well, it was as easy as 1-2-3. Nicely turned, started by Stem. Skeeters and the bases loaded and only 1 away, do not score. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 big men left on base through 2. It is 1-0 Skeeters.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in new territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
G2G Family Shooting and Archery Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable modern shooting range around. G2G is locally owned and operated by people who care about your range experience. They offer training in every aspect of shooting and archery skills and safety, including proper licensing and home defense training. Bring your family and friends together at G2G Shooting Range. It's fun and you'll be glad you did. 832-595-8415 or g2grange.com to find out more.
Are you buying or selling a home in Longmeadow Farms, Aliana, Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory, Greatwood, or Harvest Green? Depend on Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors at 281-777-1907. A multi-million-dollar producer and Fort Bend County real estate expert, Kim is uniquely qualified with a proven track record of success and almost 20 years of satisfied customers. Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors, 281-777-1907.
Top of the third, Skeeters missed a golden opportunity with the bases loaded and 1 away. Do not score, but Lucas Urban still leading 1-0. He will face 8-9-1 here. Craig Maddox, Angela Sneen, and then back to the top of the order with Ryan Strasburger. First pitch here by the right-hander Irvin. They set up inside. There's a strike 0-1. By the way, umpires for tonight, Andrew Larkin calling balls and strikes behind the dish. It is Ken Leventhal at first, and Bill Worthington is the third base umpire. Maddox 224, a home run and 18 RBIs for the left-hand hitting catcher. A bullet through the right side for a base hit. First batter to lead off and get on for the Blue Crabs. A 1 on, none out for Angeles Nina. Nina hitting well right now. 11 for his last 34 over his last 9 ball games, equates to a 324 average, 328 overall with a home run and 28 RBIs. I love how baseball numbers always seem to work out.
Speaking of umpires, have you ever noticed that we call them blue and
Even
they wear
though most-
black?
Yeah, I mean, they do wear blue every now and then, but I don't understand it because you're right. Mostly they wear black, so you would think the expression would be, hey, black, bad call.
And I guess it just goes back to it's a traditional sport, and in the old days, that's all they wore.
But in the old days, they wore like a sports coat and a tie, and it was like a dark blue.
Yeah, it was always a navy, dark blue. I've seen them wear yellow shirts and red shirts. Yeah, light yellow on the college level.
The 0-1. This one is down low. No, called a strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Skeeters 1 run on 4 hits. Southern Maryland no runs on 2. Urban so far 32 pitches, 21 of them for strikes. Open stance from the right side for Nina. Nina spent time with Bridgeport last year before the Bluefish left us. The 0-2 just misses outside. What was that?
Curveball.
Was the curveball? Okay.
Yeah.
So 1-2 here on Nina.
Big down break, about 74, 75 miles an hour.
Now, what is a good speed for a good curveball? Or is that kind of debatable?
Yeah, the speed to me is less relevant than the shape of the break.
Fastball just misses off the outside corner, 2-2. So as a scout, what do you look for in a curve?
Well, you're looking for tight rotation, and in today's analytical aspect of the game, they have what they call a spin rate.
Yep.
You want a high spin rate that's tight and that breaks late. If you want that loopy curveball that's easy to see is also easier to hit.
Yeah, I'll bet.
It's the one that comes in on a line and drops off.
The 2-2 scolded just over the Skeeters dugout. And misses the Skeeters players on the railing and fans. Wow, that was a bullet.
That really was.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Skeeters were actually the first one here in the Atlantic to extend the netting all the way to both dugouts. And it's important. I saw some ball in Australia a couple of years ago, and you were so close to the action, the netting was all the way around.
Really?
You were about maybe 30 feet or less from home plate. He set up low and away, and the 2-2. There's a big bender. Hot shot to second. They'll go to first. Not in time. Good call by the first base umpire. He did get back there. A nice shot by Robertson. Turned that just a humpback line drive to second. It's almost a double play. I didn't think he really had any chance to turn 2. So 1 out, 1 on. Back to the top of the order with Ryan Strausberger, who grounded back to Irvin his first time up for a 1-3 put out. Strausberger in a bit of a slide. 6 for his last 34, a 176 mark. Well, he set up away on the first pitch, and this one's swung and missed. No balls and 1 strike to count. 1 out, 1 on. Skeeters leading 1-0 here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Ira Liebman along with Kyle Van Hook. So as a coach, when you went to the mound, instead of giving the guy the heave-ho, were you the Kyle Van Hook? Give him the old Van Hook.
Yeah,
huh?
I used to get a lot of comments about, you're going to give him the hook. And obviously I did a lot of times, and sometimes I'd let him stay.
Well, the Van Stay doesn't have as nice as a ring as the Van Hook.
That's right.
It could be a unique pull. It's a Van Hook. It's not just a hook. You're not just getting pulled out of there. You're getting it done Van Hook-wise. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, 1-0 Skeeters. The 1-1. Swan and hit towards third. Silveria to his left. He goes to second for 1. The relay to first. Not in time. I gotta give credit to the first base umpire, Ken Leventhal. He's been right on it down there at first. Slow roller. Fielder choice will go down 5-4. Strasburg will be at first. Maddox is erased. 2 outs, 1 on. Edwin Garcia steps in. The lone walk issued by Irvin. So no official plate appearances for Garcia. Garcia hitting a ton right now, and that is the understatement of the year. He is 9 for his last 18, even 500.
I was to say, that's pretty close to 500.
Yes, indeed.
By my simple math.
First pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
And I'm going to agree with you on the first base umpire. So many umpires are looking to bang guys if
close.
Unless
tie does not go to the runner generally
unless they're
anymore.
a step past the bag, they bang them. If they tag them on the shoulder and the foot's on the bag on a stolen base, they're going to bang them, and that just used to drive me crazy.
That is the coach side of your brain speaking.
Yes, sir, it is.
The 1-0 here from Irvin. Peeks over his left shoulder, comes home. This one low. 2 balls and no strikes to count.
And that's why I like the implementation of the instant replay, so that if those guys are wrong, we're going to change the call. I think they've gotten better about it because they have to be a little more sharper.
Who is the first base umpire who blew the call in the World Series for the Cardinals?
Was it Deckinger?
Yeah, Don Denkinger. Cardinal fans will never forget. I mean, was it when you watch it? It's not even close.
And did you see how I don't know, it was many years ago, the player forgave him and gave him a hug before a game, and he was crying, and I'm not sure I'd ever forgive him for something like that.
Well, the guy who was greatest about it, the pitcher for Detroit, Galarraga, who missed the perfect game on the bad call.
That's the one I was thinking about. Yes, that's the one I was thinking about.
Wow, that's brutal. The last out had it, and the umpire, to his credit, said after the game, "I blew it."
Yep.
This one hit to short, and Rondon will beat Strasburger to the bag, and that'll do it. Nice job by Alvaro. 6 unassisted. And that'll do it. So the leadoff hit goes by the board. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're in the middle of the 3rd inning. It is the Skeeters 1 and the Blue Crabs nothing.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Skeeters fans, end your weekend with Skeeters baseball at Constellation Field for Sunday Fun Day. We have something for everyone. Play catch in the outfield, and your favorite Skeeters players will be signing autographs before the game. Also, after the game, all kids will be able to run the bases. Constellation Field has everything you need for a fun, family-friendly, affordable day at the ballpark. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Saturdays at 4 p.m., it's the Top 40 Block Party on Sweet 96, sponsored in part by your plumber for life, Steinmetz Plumbing in Richmond. They're called your plumber for life because once you've used Steinmetz, you'll never use anyone else. They are fast, efficient repipe specialists. And for any plumbing emergency, hit Steinmetz. For quality of work, fair pricing, and a wonderful customer service experience, it's Steinmetz Plumbing, yourplumberforlife.com, or 281-620-9200.
We move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Skeeters are leading 1-0. Anthony Jansanti will lead it off. 2, 3, and 4 for Sugarland. Jansanti, Derek Norris, Juan Silverio against right-hander Craig Stem. First pitch by the righty, way inside as Jansanti jumps back out of the way. 1 ball and no strikes. And they're the big home run yesterday, the 2-run shot that tied it at 2-2. Skeeters went on to win 4-2. He's already 1 for 1 with a double here in this one. The 1-0, this one is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to count.
And you know what's impressive? He hit the home run deep to left field. He hit the double fairly deep down the right field line, so using the whole field.
Good point. A lot of times I think he tries to pull it a little bit too much here because sometimes on the road for a right-handed hitter is not always fair, except maybe York. They got that Green Monster-esque wall, which is actually 6 inches higher than the Green Monster, so they can say it's the tallest wall in all of professional
Huh.
baseball.
But they don't have seats on top of it.
No, they don't, because right back there is a street called Archer Street. So instead of calling it the Green Monster, they call it the Arch Nemesis.
That's pretty good.
A walk here, third of the game already for Stem, and Jan Santi, it's usually not a matter if, it's just a matter of when he's going to steal, and he's trying to join Rondon in the 30 stolen base club. Rondon leading with 30. Anthony has 29. They kiddingly go back and forth about the team lead in steals. So in steps Derek Norris, who popped out to second his first time up with runners on the corners. A chance to drive in a run, but did not snap through to first. One nothing Skeeters. Jan Santi leads off of first. Norris 263, 9 home runs, and 48 RBIs. Stem peeks over his left shoulder. Jan Santi starts, stops, and this one through the right side. Jan Santi holds up now. He's going to round second and try for third. Here comes the throw, and a good one from third. Pete Rose-esque head-first slide. They throw to first, and they get Norris a little bit too far off the back. That is a big out. Here comes Pete Incaviglia. He does not like the call at all. And Pete's going to argue this one. I don't know if he'll win, but either way, the Skeeters are going to have a runner at third with only one out in the worst-case scenario.
He didn't argue too much. I think he went out and asked if he could appeal to the first base umpire who was rotating to get to home plate, and I think the umpire said, no, you can't appeal that. So
Juan Silverio have a shot at his second RBI of the game. He singled and drove in a run in his first at-bat. Now a sac fly here. Going to get a run in short and second or back, so even a ground ball, as long as it's not hit to either corner infielder, will get another run. Skeeters leading 1-0, trying to make it 2-0 here in the third. Missed a golden opportunity last inning. This one hit into right field. This should be plenty deep. A line drive to Teodoro Martinez. Tagging, and the ball's going to be cut off by Griffin. Jan Santi scores, and the Skeeters take a 2-0 lead. And Silverio gets his second RBI of the game, a sac fly to right. 25 RBIs now in 35 games for Silverio. I want to see how they scored that play that Norris got picked off going around first after the single. They're going to score it a, let's see here, 9-4-3. So 2 down, 1 in, nobody on. Skeeters now leading 2-0. Matt Chavez steps in. He hit into the double play with the bases loaded. So as the Skeeters would have more. And this one is stroked deep to right field. Going back as Martinez reaches up and hauls it in, robbing Chavez. Bases. What a play by Martinez. And what a star next to that one, as that one was scolded deep to right field. That was going to get over the head of Martinez, but that'll do it. No run, excuse me, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. A third of the way through, end of the third inning. Skeeters leading 2-0.
Want to watch a Skeeters game in style? We have just what you need. Our game day suites are ideal for entertaining clients, rewarding employees, networking, and even celebrating personal milestones. Let us make it easy for you. Suite rentals come with food and soft drinks, parking privileges, and even access to our Insperity Club. Drinking packages are also available. To plan your event, call us at 281-240-HIDS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field, Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
We move to the top half of the fourth inning. Lucas Irvin still has a lead to work with, now with a 2-0 lead. He will face 3, 4, and 5. Teodoro Martinez, John Griffin, and Frank Martinez. First pitch here to the right fielding Martinez is high and outside. Ball 1-0. Martinez grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. Skeeters 2 runs on 5 hits. Blue Crabs no runs on 2. The 1-0. This one is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Teodoro. I guess unless you put some emphasis on it, it's not quite as cool. Teodoro. Do you like the name though? The 1-1. This one is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and that's a strike only a former big league all-star catcher gets you. One of the advantages to having Derek Norris here. Martinez down, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Irvin will kick and deal. They'll set up outside, and this one is swung a hit off the mound into center field. That's going to be a base hit just out of the reach of shortstop Alvaro Rondon, just to the left of second. There's a leadoff hit for the second inning in a row.
Would that be, could you categorize that as a Wee Willie Keeler hit?
Hit him where they ain't.
Hit him where they ain't, because that was about an 18 hopper up the middle.
Yeah, ricocheted off the mound and just out of the reach of Rondon.
And Rondon was playing, it looks like shading the hole over, and just he went a way good ways to get it and almost got it, but that's a hit him where they ain't.
That's good baseball knowledge. Most people think Yogi said that, but it was Wee Willie Keeler.
That's right, Wee Willie Keeler.
Well, this steps John Griffin. Could make this a tie game in a hurry, so Irvin needs to be careful here with the tying run at the plate leading 2-0. And dare I say, no wind here at Constellation Field, a rare occasion.
And not only that, the both nights there's been overcast, threats of storms, but no rain. It's kind of cool.
We had a ton of rain earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
It rained pretty stormy for about a good hour.
I'm assuming they had the tarp on that.
Of course, yes indeed. Our own Brad Detmore does a phenomenal job. The head's groundskeeper here. First pitch to Griffin. This one a bullet right to first baseman Albert Cordero. He'll tag first for a double play. Great reaction by Cordero. I'll go down 3 unassisted on the double play, and quickly 2 down as Griffin hit it on the nose.
And you know, Teodoro was not that far off the bag, but it was just perfectly placed where 1 step and he steps on the bag for the double play.
It's weird you mention that, being that Deer Park is not quite that far away where Andy Pettit was from.
Mm-hmm.
Andy used to pick runners off. They'd be a foot off the base path. He was just so deceptive. You never knew if he was coming home or not.
Yeah.
Frank Martinez, the switch hitter, will come in and bat. The switch hitting third baseman, batting here from the left side against the righty Lucas Irvin. He's pitching another gem here for the Skeeters. Closing in on 50 pitches, Irvin. Right now at 48, 31 for strikes, 17 for balls. The 0-1 here from the right-hander. Big overhand curve, doesn't quite snap it all the way off. High, 1-1. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Skeeters. No runs on 3 hits for the Blue Crabs here in the top of the 4th. Irvin gets a sign from Norris. I think he's going to set up inside, and now Martinez has had enough of all that. Asks for timeout.
Speaking of Andy, he never pitched here, did he?
Nope, just Roger.
Just Roger. And Tracy McGrady.
Yep. We had Jason Lane pitch here as well. We've got some pretty big names. This one is skied left side. Third baseman Juan Silvera wants it, but he's going to leave it for Rondon. A little fake out there. Nice job. So an the single line drive double play and the pop out. Middle of the 4th inning. Skeeters still leading 2-0 in this one.
Hi folks, this is Blaine Law, the owner of the Lost Cajun in Rosenberg, Texas at the Brazos Town Center. I'd like to introduce you to the Lost Cajun.
This is Grip, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas. Come out, folks, and meet us. Try some great food, seafood gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice lobster bisque, and jambalaya. Les bon temps roulés. Let the good times roll.
Oh, they got that food to go in there. Cater that Gator too. 281-762-0512.
Hi, I'm Ira Lehman, voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugarland's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time. Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter!
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Amanda made that nifty double play. Albert Cordero will lead it off here for the Skeeters. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 here in the bottom of the fourth, with the Skeeters leading 2-0. Albert Cordero followed by Dennis Phipps and Daniel Robertson. Cordero grounded out to second his first time up. The switch hitter batting here from the left side. Right-hander stem deals. This one hit high in the air, but playable. Right fielder Teodoro Martinez reaches up on the warning track, holds it in. That was almost a home run here with the rarity of wind now blowing in. Maybe Alvaro Rondon, who's coming up, will have a shot at his first home run. A fly out to right is the first out. In steps Dennis Phipps. 268, 9 home runs, 36 RBIs for Dennis, who signaled his first time up. He is 1 for 1.
Do you realize we've had 4 double plays in this game already?
Already? Yep. By both sides, 2 in each?
Combined, yeah.
Wow.
4 double plays in 4 innings.
That's the advanced scouting I was looking for, Kyle.
my interest lies mainly in maybe I get home a little earlier.
There you go.
No, it's just that's not very common. You get 4 double plays in 4 innings.
And neither of these guys threw a sinker, which you think induced
some
of those.
Yeah, that's right.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2-0 Skeeters here in the bottom of the fourth.
Actually, 4 double plays in 3.5 innings.
You're on your game tonight. It's pretty amazing.
Got my A game going. Me and Tiger Woods.
There you go. I think Tiger lost his A game a long time ago when he got a club to the head. This one is a strike on the outside corner, 1 and 2. Everybody has to say the cliche thing. Oh, he'll win another major. No, he won't. He's not even going to be close, really.
Yeah. I think he may have gotten as close as he'll ever get a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true. He did get semi-close there. This one is on the outside corner, strike 3. Phipps knew it. First strikeout for Stem. There's a second out. 2 outs, none on here for Daniel Robertson. Robertson walked his first time up. No official plate appearances. Skeeters leading 2-0 as the former big leaguer steps in here. Robertson has hit in 6 of his last 7. Starting to bring the average up slowly. First pitch to Daniel. This one is low and away. 1 ball in, no strikes to count. Robertson spent 4 consecutive years in the big leagues. Originally drafted by the Padres the 33rd round in 2008 of Oregon State, where he was a teammate of the Skeeters' southpaw reliever Craig Sitton. This one is chopped foul at the plate. But he spent time with the Rangers in 2014, the Angels in 2015, the Mariners in 2016, and in 2017 with the Indians.
There you go. You know, but we talked earlier yesterday and maybe off the air about a 33rd round draft pick spends 4 years in the big leagues, and you'll see second or third rounders that never get there.
It is amazing sometimes, guys that just claw their way to the top. Little 1-1. Well, I think, this isn't a blanket statement because obviously both sides, some are and some aren't, but I think guys who are first round picks and, obviously guys with immense talent, and I don't think they can ever work as hard as a little guy like Daniel Robertson. Robertson knows he has to work twice as much as everybody else because he doesn't have the power, the arm, the speed as the elite guys. And not that guys like Mike Trout don't work hard, because they do, but I would bet a guy like Daniel Robertson would pretty much outwork a more talented guy most times.
You're probably right in a lot of cases, but also on the other side of the coin, a lot of times those guys with that first or second round talent they don't get there not from a hard work standpoint, but from some other injury,
True,
whatever.
But I think those guys who are the first round picks sometimes rely on their talent. They know they can throw 98. They know they can hit 450-foot home runs.
Right.
Payoff pitch here is low and away, ball 4. So Robertson doing all the little things well. He has walked twice so far. 2 of the 4 walks issued by Stem are to Robertson. 1 on, 2 out for Alvaro Rondon. And this might be the best opportunity all season. Little Alvaro has a chance to hit a home run here at Constellation Field. There is no wind. None.
Are you calling the shot right here?
Oh, how am I going to call it here? You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I am going to call it. If there's ever a time for me to call a home run for little Alvaro, it would be right now here at Constellation Field.
Setting up inside?
They're afraid of him. This one is inside. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
Did he pay you to say that? They're afraid of him?
Probably. I told him that if he hit one, I'd go over the top for him.
There you go.
That way he could put it on Facebook or something. Throw to first. Robertson dives back in head first. I would hate Robertson get picked off right now with no wind blowing. Next pitch here by Stem will be pitch number 60. So far 35 for strikes, 24 for balls. Robertson with a healthy lead down there at first. Now the throw to first. Dives back in plenty of time this time. Stem, a former 15th round pick by the Dodgers in 2011. The 1-0 is a strike right near the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Skeeters with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Another throw to first. This time he gets away from the first baseman. Robertson dove back in head first a little hard. It looked like he hurt his hand or something, so he's a little slow to get up. Seems to be okay now.
Yeah, I was shocked he didn't just get up and take off for second, but you could tell obviously there was something wrong, like he hurt something. Maybe he twisted his wrist or landed on the elbow wrong.
Robertson 215 career steals. They set up low and away. And the 1-1. Swung a hit high in the air, but unfortunately to center field. This will not do it. My prediction will go for a nut. I tried, Alvaro. No runs, no hits, no errors. Your score through 4. It is Skeeters 2 and the Blue Crabs nothing.
Trying to plan a fun corporate or family event? Let us help. With our group packages here at Constellation, we have everything you need for fun, friendly, family, affordable entertainment. No matter what size the group, we have options for you, like our picnic plaza with our in-ground pool and even a 2-hour food buffet. The Skeeters can customize an outing to fit all your needs. To plan your event, call us here at 281-240-HITS or log on to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Sweet 96 is a brand new radio station designed just to serve Sugar Land and Fort Bend County. But we can't build the best without your help. Spread the word about our good work and we'll do the same. Like us on Facebook at Sweet 96 FM or drop us an email at our website, sweet96.com. Together, we will build a better city and Fort Bend County. If it's important to you, it's important to us at the all-new Sweet 96.
Are you buying or selling a home in Longmeadow Farms, Aliana, Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory, Greatwood, or Harvest Green? Depend on Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors at 281-777-1907. A multi-million-dollar producer and Fort Bend County real estate expert, Kim is uniquely qualified with a proven track record of success and almost 20 years of satisfied customers. Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors, 281-777-1907.
We are La Casina.
Skeeters still leading 2-0. Because Irvin on his game, 4 shutout innings, just 3 hits. He will face 6, 7, and 8 here. Devin Rodriguez, Corey Vaughn, and Craig Maddox, 2 of the 3 lefties, Ian Rodriguez and Maddox. First pitch, a little jam shot off the fists into shallow right center field. Skeeter's second baseman, Daniel Robertson, will pull it in. 1 pitch, 1 out. I'll bring in Corey Vaughn. Vaughn grounded out to third his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Having a pretty good year, though. 231, 15 home runs, 37 RBIs. Got the power bat from Dad. Greg Vaughn, the former Padre, amongst quite a few other teams. Mentioned yesterday he was picked 5 times, drafted 5 times, and twice in the first round. Didn't go the first time. It's hard to pass up.
Yes, it is. I tell you what, he is very well put together.
Well, his dad was no small fry, 6 foot 185. Let's see what he's listed at.
Corey's listed 6'3", 220, 235, wow. But it's muscle. There's no, it's very well developed.
Well, if it wasn't for his average, his dad's career average, I guess you could at least consider him, but his lifetime average is not going to do it. It's swung and a miss. Greg Vaughn, lifetime hit 242, 355 home runs, 1,072 RBIs, 121 steals. So I'd say they're a little short of 4 Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah, but good numbers.
The 1-2. Big overhand curve upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, let me ask you this. This is the debate I've been having. Certainly would like a coach scout input on it. Get to it after the 2-2 here to Vaughn from Irvin. Now, of course, Vaughn steps out as I stop. I'll wait. I'm going to continue my story on this pitch. Now he's ready. The 2-2. This one swung and fouled off. All right, I'll start it. So, K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez, is the closer for the Long Island Ducks here in the Atlantic League. He's 4th all-time at 436 saves. Now, I don't know this to be a fact. I just think that he wants to get back to the big leagues, get save number 500, which in his mind and probably others, as this one is swung and a miss, that a ball low and away, 3rd K of the day, and there is 2 away. That he and others feel that 500 is the 300 win, the 3,000 hits for closers. Now, my argument is this. First of all, there's 2 guys who have 600, so I don't know how much weight you carry in 500. And the other Hall of Famers, outside of Hoffman, who's now in, who has 600, I've just from 300 to 390. So guys like Eckersley, Goose Gossage, Bruce Suter, and of course now I can't finish the story. No, it falls in for a base hit. Going the other way was Maddox, a 2-out single, and that'll bring in Angeles Nina. So the argument with those guys that they're in the Hall of Fame is because they went 2 or 3 innings, it's equal to 500 or 600 saves, so they all certainly deserving. Now closers only go 1 inning. So now that Rivera and Hoffman, and I'm sure Rivera will be in 2 years, are in and going to be in, is 500 saves still the 3,000 hits or the 300 win of closers? Is it an automatic bid?
Ooh, that's a good one, Ira.
Yeah, they're not all softballs up here.
You may have stumped me, gone over my head.
This one is crushed to left center field. This one's going to split the gap and roll to the wall. Let's see if they wave in Craig Maddox. They're going to hold him up as the ball gets in quickly. Great relay by the Skeeters from Barnes to Rondon to home to Norris, and that could save a run. It'll be a double for Nina. And now 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs, and Irvin really grooved that last pitch. Nina on the season, that is double number 18.
And I tell you what, the third base coach was waving, home, and held him up at the last second when he saw the good cut in right and left center and the good relay throw.
Interesting the way that wound up turning out. And now we're going to get a visit to the mound by the Skeeters pitching coach, Corey Dommel. Maybe he recognized something there. So back to the argument. Nobody's ever gotten to 500 saves except for Rivera and Hoffman, who both have over 600. Lee Smith who was the all-time save leader for a while, never gets in, which is still mind-boggling to me. I guess the writers didn't like him because that's the only thing I could think of, because he had that 478 for a long time, way before Rivera and Hoffman ever came close to passing him, and he's not in, probably not going to get in now. So K-Rod at 437, what kind of legitimate shot does he have? I mean, you're looking at the two all-time save leaders at 600. You must say that nobody else is going to get in if K-Rod's not getting in, because he's third all-time or fourth all-time.
Yeah, that's and not only that, but the way that the save has changed since that time.
This one is a little bit low, 1-0. I mean, Hoffman and Rivera were one inning save pitchers for the most part. But both of them, as I said, got to 600, so 500 really can't be the standard anymore, can it? Even though it's only been done twice.
Yeah.
Where is that line now? Because if only two guys all time have gotten there, and they both have over 600, where's the line in the sand?
That's a good question. You've got me stumped here. I'm in my mind just racing. Which way would I go?
Well, let's say you're on the Hall of Fame committee and you have a vote. The 2-0 strike, 2-1. Do you vote for a guy like K-Rod? Do you vote for Lee Smith?
Elise, and you're going to find this intriguing or questionable as to my rationale. But Lee Smith, yes. K-Rod, no.
Why is that?
Because Lee Smith was one of the first, and I thought he defined the role and was kind of set the bar.
That's one hit into right center field. Jansanti looks like he has it lined up and hauls it in. So great relay, stopped the run. And Irvin, nice job to his credit, gets out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 big men left on base. We're halfway through, middle of the 5th inning. Skeeters still leading 2-0 in this one.
Spring-free trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring-free trampoline.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a renewed commitment to our customers, fixing what went wrong, making things right, working with more transparency and higher accountability, and reinventing how we serve you. It's a new day at Wells Fargo, but it's a lot like our first day. Wells Fargo, established 1852, re-established 2018. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
G2G Family Shooting and Archery Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable modern shooting range around. G2G is locally owned and operated by people who care about your range experience. They offer training in every aspect of shooting and archery skills and safety, including proper licensing and home defense training. Bring your family and friends together at G2G Shooting Range. It's fun and you'll be glad you did. 832-595-8415 or g2grange.com to find out more.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Skeeters are trying to answer their 2-0 lead. Ira Liebman along with Kyle Van Hook. Here in the bottom of the 5th, it is the top of the order for Sugarland. 1, 2, and 3. Barrett Barnes, Anthony Jansanti, and Derek Norris. Barnes has reached on a walk and scored and hit into the unusual 1-2-3 double play. They always say it's easy as 1-2-3. It literally was. I got a good story for you. And I did this before Vince Scully did it, so it's a really good one.
Okay.
So I was in Colorado Springs broadcasting for the Rockies AAA affiliate. A little 1-0 here from Stem. This one is chopped foul, 1-1. And remember Chin Meng Hu? Japanese player?
No, sir.
Well, anyway, he wasn't much of a hitter. He got to the big leagues somehow. I don't know how still. So the entire series, the guy couldn't get on base. He finally gets the first on a force out, and I said, who is literally on first?
Did you really? You went Abbott and Costello right there.
I did. I couldn't wait. And Vince Scully did it like, a couple of months later. He got all the credit for it. I was like, I beat him to it.
Did you? You had it patented and copyrighted? And
I wish.
Yeah.
I waited the whole series to use that line,
that
too.
Is beautiful. Who is on first?
1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Barnes. That's one high and outside, 2-2. Skeeters leading 2-0. Both teams with 5 hits and no E's. Take a look at the pitch count here on the right-hander Stem, who's pitched a great game. Just on a lose again, 2-0 right now. The 2-2. This one is strike 3. Barnes knew it. Gotta tell you, Andrew Larkin calling a great game where these pitchers are just that good. I've seen a couple of guys, probably 3 guys, walk away knowing it was strike 3 today. This crew doing a pretty good job. Just the second strikeout, both looking for Stem, who is now at 66 pitches, 40 for strikes. And Anthony Jansanti will step in. He's having a perfect night, starting to get hot again. He's doubled, he has walked, and he has also scored one of the 2 runs. Skeeters leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Today is game number 110, so after tonight, just 17 games, and to get to 20, just needs 4 more, so certainly not impossible. Hopefully 1 every 4 nights. 0-1. Came in at 292, 16 home runs, 52 RBIs. Open stance from the right side. The 0-1 swung and missed, and them all low and away 0-2. 1 out, none on. Skeeters leading 2-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Stem gets the sign from Maddox. Maddox was a player/coach last year for New Britain, but he was a DH. He really didn't play at all last year in the field and been catching a lot for these Blue Crabs this year. 1-2 the count on Jansanti.
He was a player coach at Maryland?
New Britain.
New Britain, okay.
Yep. A right-hander Stem dealing from the stretch. The 1-2 way inside, almost hit Anthony. Jumped back out of the way, 2-2.
I was just looking at my score sheet here, and it's very similar to last night when James pitched out of a lot of jams. Tonight you're one, and we said the team with more hits had a chance to lose. The Skeeters have left a lot of men on base.
They have this one to the right side. Diving stop by John Griffin, the first baseman, who will shovel to Stem to just beat the speedy Jansanti. A nice 3-1 put out. Nice play. The 6'6 Griffin, first baseman, lays out, uses all of that 6'6 frame. But
sometimes you wonder, do you let a team stay in a game, and is it going to come back to haunt you? And that's my point. Last night, it was a different scenario where we thought team with 7 hits has a chance to lose, which they did. Tonight, a team that's left several men on base, this game could be 5-6 to nothing right now.
First pitch here by Stem to Norris. Low and I want to know, how hard is it as a coach? A lot of times, like this game, for instance, if you saw Lucas Irvin come out after 5 shutout innings, analyzing, as a fan or even a broadcast, you think, why would you take him out? He hasn't allowed a run through the first 5 innings. But then, as a coach, you say, hey, I've left him in before, or I didn't even know he's at 70-plus pitches. I thought he was done. Like, what factors into those kind of decisions that look like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with how much you think he has left on the baseball. Does his fastball still have some zip? Does his breaking ball have enough sharp, crisp bake to it?
What if it's one of those two? What if he has zip on his fastball, but he doesn't have much break on his off-speed stuff?
It's just a gut feel based on your history with the guy. This guy, and we know he's going to gut it up and he's going to go. You talk to your catcher. Because sometimes the pitcher say, Skip, I got it.
Yeah, of course.
And then you go to the catcher and he says, no, Skip, he ain't got it.
The 3-0. That's one way outside, ball 4. Norris, another walk here amongst the league leaders.
And I'd also, if you're going to say, okay, we got a 2-0 lead. He's throwing good. He's got something left in the tank. We're going to let him go out and start the 6th. First runner that gets on, we're going to get him.
Now, on that note, do you ever say this to the catcher on the mound with the pitcher there? Do you ever say, are you still good to go? And the pitcher goes, yeah, and you turn to the catcher and go, is he good or no?
You don't want to do it too often, but if you're out on the mound and he's gotten in trouble and you didn't see it coming, let's say it blindsided you, go out and you say something and you look at the catcher, generally he's not going to say anything, but he's going to give you that look like, no, Skip, he ain't got it.
This one is hit to the right side. Nice play by the second baseman, Nina, to his left. Will throw out Silverio. Out, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. We are through 5 innings of play. Skeeters still leading 2-0 in this one.
Tuesdays are 2 for Tuesdays at Constellation Field this season. Every Tuesday home game, fans can buy 1 field box ticket or grassland ticket and get 1 free. Watch the Skeeters in exciting Atlantic League action. Half-price tickets for groups are also available each Tuesday, or you can buy tickets 24/7 at sugarlandskeeters.com. For more details, give us a call at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a renewed commitment to our customers, fixing what went wrong, making things right, working with more transparency and higher accountability, and reinventing how we serve you. It's a new day at Wells Fargo, but it's a lot like our first day. Wells Fargo, established 1852, re-established 2018. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Trying to plan a fun corporate or family event? Let us help. With our group packages here at Constellation, we have everything you need for fun, friendly, family, affordable entertainment. No matter what size the group, we have options for you, like our picnic plaza with our in-ground pool and even a 2-hour food buffet. The Skeeters can customize an outing to fit all your needs. To plan your event, call us here at 281-240-HITS or log on to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Oh, remember, Matt Deaton is returning you to Constellation Field this Friday night in the Insperity Club. I'll be playing live after the game. If you're already up there, stick around. If you're not, come up to the Insperity Club. The always funny, entertaining, and versatile Austin artist plays just about everything from country music to rock to 80s, and even takes requests. So make sure to catch the fun and talented Matt Deaton live in the Insperity Club at Constellation Field this Friday night. Well, Skeeters up 2-0. Lucas Irvin back to work. And you have to think with 5 shutout innings, and he's only gone 5 shutout innings in his first start with the Skeeters, then 3 2/3 last time out. This will most likely be his last inning. He will face 2, 3, and 4, Edwin Garcia, Teodoro Martinez, and John Griffin. Got out of a big jam last inning, 2nd and 3rd. 2 out. This one off the mound and into center field for a base hit. If that's not a bad omen, I don't know what is.
Is this the proverbial short leash?
A very, very short leash, I think. Action looks like it is about to begin in the Skeeters pen. Several guys stretching out. Teodoro Martinez will step in. He's hit into a double play and singled. He is 1 for 2.
It'd be a good time for our 5th double play of the game.
Well, there you go. 64 pitches for Irvin, almost 2-to-1 strike-to-ball ratio, 42 for strikes, 22 for balls. Martinez, 289, 2 home runs, and 33 RBIs. First pitch strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. I know what managers will say all the time, but as a coach, I can't possibly believe this is always true. They'll always say, I don't care what an umpire strike zone as long as it's consistent. But if it's 5 miles wide, what good is that? It's consistently bad.
You're exactly right. But, you know, if you'd rather have consistency than a guy that's all over the place, because at least your hitters will get some idea of where the zone is.
So on a high chopper left side, Silveira is going to try to barehand it again, but this time not successful. He has done that so many times. And now big trouble for Irvin. That one not really his fort, kind of a artificial turf-like hop in 1st and 2nd, and nobody out. Corey Dommel, his pitching coach, looked like he was just about to come out, took a step forward, but then took a step back. Now big trouble. The cleanup hitter, John Griffin, with one swing of the bat could give the Blue Cramps the lead here, so Irvin has to be careful. Griffin so far has struck out and lined a bullet. Albert Cordera turned into a nifty 3 unassisted double play, nipping the runner off of first, which was also Teodoro Martinez, who's down at first as well. Down at second is Edwin Garcia, so pretty good speed on the base paths. First pitch high and outside, 1-0. Well, one more hit. We're going to test my theory. Skeeters are winning, but Southern Maryland
That's right.
about to out-hit them 3 or more, I said.
In my mind, I was just thinking, I don't have a good feeling about this. We've left too many men on base. We've left the door open for them, and here's a perfect opportunity for them to capitalize.
The 1-0. Swollen and foul tipped into the mid of Derek Norris. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. And somebody has started throwing in the Skeeters pen. And it looks like Dan Runsler, former big leaguer with the Giants. And it is. Some lefties coming up soon, but not for a few more batters. This one misses. 2 balls and a strike here. You're down 2-0, nobody out. Would you ever try a hit and run with nobody out? Even if we got speedy guys?
Not down 2-0. Two, you know, the triple play, double play.
One of the few things the Skeeters have never done, turn to triple play.
It'd be a good time for it right now.
I like that half-full approach of yours, Van Hook. The 2-1. This one is high in the air down the right side. I don't think Cordera's going to have a play, and he will not. Why is it more likely to do a hit and run 2-1 with runners on and 1 out compared to no outs? Strike them out, throw them out, ends the inning, or there's 2 outs. What's the big difference?
You know what? It's just, I guess, going by the book. Does that make sense?
Yep. I'm not a big fan of the book.
We all know there's a book, though, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
If you ever find it, let me know.
I will. It's right inside the batter's box if you have the key for it.
There you go.
There go the runners, and now Irvin's going to have the runner, Martinez, between second and third, and they're going to tag him out. That is a big, Garcia. Martinez will get into second. So heads up. And that looked like it might have been the hit and run right there. I do not think that was a double steal. So it'll go down. That was 1-5-6. See how they score that one. Now runner at second with 1 away. So now Irvin wants a much better chance here. 2-2 the count here on Griffin.
Dare I say that was huge, Ira.
That was huge. I really do think the hit and run was on there and it was botched. Talking about runners leaving a little too early on your famous play.
That's
left
right.
way too early there. Big overhand curve, foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Still have not scored that one. There it is. Let's see here. The old 1-5 put out. Thought there was one more throw, but I guess not. Another 2-2 pitch coming here to Griffin. Let's see if they set up outside. They do. And the 2-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Big strikeout for Irvin. And now there's 2 down. So first and second, nobody out. Now 2 out and 1 on. Has a chance to get out of this unscathed. And if he does, you just send him off to the showers with a great night and a chance for the win.
Would you think less of me if I said huger?
I don't think I could think less of you, first of all.
That was
and
huger.
That
was huger than the pick off at second base.
Huger. Van Hook. Is that from the Van Hook dictionary?
It
Webster.
might be, yeah.
Maybe that book went out
What
the
did we
window.
have yesterday? Iralytics? What did we say yesterday?
Oh yes. Ibermetrics. This one is swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. So far, switch hitter Frank Martinez batting here from the left side is 1 for 2. He has singled and popped out to short. Skeeters infield deep here, especially second baseman Daniel Robertson with the switch hitter batting here from the left side. The 0-1. This one fouled off, and there's a big overhand curve. He might have gotten away with one there. Martinez waited well on it, but just off the end of the bat. But Irvin ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, and a chance to get out of this with 6 shutout innings. Next pitch will be pitch number 75 from Lucas.
And had first and second no outs and staring at trouble and maybe hopefully getting out of it right here.
1 strike away from getting out. This one swung on and missed. Strike 3. What a job by Irvin. Gets the and 2 strikeouts, fifth K of the day, and there's 3 away. So that will probably be all for Irvin. But what a job! Exactly 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio. Middle of the 6th inning. Thanks to Irvin, the Skeeters are still leading 2-0 in this one.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Sweet 96 is on the air everywhere. On the radio from our Fort Bend County Tower site, located on the Grand Parkway at 96.1 FM, or online at sweet96.com. Click the Listen Live link and enjoy our community programming anytime you like, from anywhere in the world. Or just tap the app. Download the free TuneIn Radio app for your smartphone and search Sweet 96.
Salon Evan and Day Spa is the premier of Beta Concept Salon in Sugar Land, locally owned and family operated since 1989. Let our Aveda trained stylists take you to the highest level of satisfaction with the latest techniques for coloring, highlighting, and precision haircuts. Treat yourself to our famous Aveda facial, a relaxing massage, or a signature manicure and pedicure. Have an ultimate salon experience today at Salon Evan and Day Spa, 281-980-5160, 281-980-5160.
Skeeters leading 2-0 thanks to 6 shutout innings by Lucas Irvin. Skeeters are trying to add to that lead as Stem starts his 6th inning of work. Matt Chavez, Albert Cordero, Dennis Phipps here, 5, 6, and 7 against the right-hander. Chavez is hit into a double play and was robbed on a great play by Teodoro Martinez on right. First pitch swung and missed. No balls and 1 strike to count. Skeeters 2 runs on 5 hits. Blue Crabs no runs on 7 hits. And talked about the Skeeters leaving a lot of men on base. Blue Crabs have left a ton on base as well. Take a look at the Atlantic League scoreboard after this next pitch here to Chavez. They set up low and away in the 0-1. Swung and missed 0-2. Well, the Ducks in game 1 of a double dip nipped the Barnstormers 8-7, a 7-inning contest. And the second 7-inning contest, they're in the bottom of the first. Barnstormers leading 2-1. The Bees beat up the Revolution. They win by 7, 10-3 over York. Somerset leading the Road Warriors 5-3, bottom of the 8th, right here in the the bottom half of the 6th inning. Skeeters are leading 2-0. This one gets away from the catcher Maddox. 1-2 the count here on Chavez. I'd like a scouting report on Matt Chavez. Scout.
Whoa. Okay, I guess I better start watching.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to do it over his next at bat, but over time. Very curious, just something that scouts may see or may not. This one swung and missed, strike 3. Chavez strikes out here. That is the 3rd strikeout only of the game for Stem, and there's 1 down. I'm just curious why he hasn't gotten picked up. If there's something you see or don't see. I mean, the guy is hitting .332 with 11 homers and 65 RBIs, but I do not see it all. If I did, I'd be in your position.
That's right, and I obviously wouldn't be in yours because I can't do your job.
You're doing it right now.
Because it's not that easy, as we talked about earlier. But you know, I'll do a little bit better job of paying attention to some of the little things and see if I can see something that might be a problem for an affiliated team picking him up.
Okay. Well, first pitch here to Cordero is swung and foul back behind home plate. 0-1 the count. Switch hitting first baseman, batting here from the left side is 0-2. He's grounded at second and flying out to right. Skeeters are leading 2-0 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Cordero came in, batting .298, 10 home runs and 54 ribbies for Albert. The 0-2, swung and fouled up to the left side this time. So now Cordero down, no balls and 2 strikes. Take a look at the pitch count here on Stem. Right now he is at 82 pitches, 49 for strikes, 33 for balls. There's one way outside. That one got away from Stem. Wonder if Stem is starting to lose his stuff. Is that the technical term, stuff?
That is a technical term. He's got good stuff.
It's only been over 100 pitches once. That was last time out, 108. Next highest was 96. This one swung and a missed strike 3. The ball gets away from the catcher, Maddox. No, what's going to happen here? What happens?
Must have a foul tip.
Wow, I didn't see him get a piece of it. But okay.
Nobody's arguing. He must be right. Is that our barometer that if nobody argues, he must be right?
I think it's pronounced thermometer.
I'm not even going to go there.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 1 out, none on. Skeeters leading 2-0. See where Maddox sets up. He'll set up outside, and this one is low and away. 2-2. I got a good question for you after this at bat, and I'll give you some time to think about it. The strangest play you ever saw. Stem from the stretch. They set up inside this time, and the 2-2 is swung and chopped foul at one in and over the Skeeters dugout. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stem closing in on 90 pitches now. Do you think 90 to 100 for a starter is the barometer?
The thermometer or the barometer?
The red zone?
By today's standards, yes. In the old days, it was just starting to scratch the surface. We were up, I think you go more around 120, 130 for starters.
Don't you think it's a fair statement if you're trained for 100 pitches, that's all you're going to be able to throw?
Oh yeah, it's like running a marathon or running. Do you run 5 miles? Or do you run 25 miles? It's what you train for, and what your body gets used to, and what it adapts to.
So why won't they train a guy to throw more? Because they think there's no use because you have a 7-inning guy, an 8-inning guy, and a closer.
Because if you've got there's so many guys that throw hard now, you've got the perceived attitude that I've got a lot of money in this guy. I don't want to hurt him.
This one is chopped to the right of second for a base hit by Cordero. 1 on and 1 out. But you can talk about all the studies you want, but you go back to the old days or even the 80s. I mean, all these guys threw 150 pitches at a time, and they had 20-year careers.
Okay,
so why guys that are bigger and stronger can't do the same?
Okay, I've got. And this may take a while to answer, but we sit in the stands and we ponder why the injuries, why guys get hurt so much, and I'm talking about pitchers here. And I posed the question to many people trying to come up with some type of idea.
This one is swung past them this time and through the middle, right over second base. It's going to be a base hit, so back-to-back singles here. 2 on, 1 out. Daniel Robertson will step in.
But we come back to there's better training, better nutrition, better strength and conditioning in today's game society. So why is it happening? The best answer I've ever heard, and it came from a local legend, Coach Graham at Rice University, was that pitchers don't take enough time off. And he said
starters and relievers?
Both.
But starter, oh, you mean like working out between starts and stuff like that?
In the off season.
That's true. It's a year-round workout.
His comment was, we used to put the ball down in the end of October.
Throw the glove in the basement for
and
6
go
months.
get a job. We had to go get a job.
And bunting here is Robertson. He bunts it high in the air, foul, right near the Southern Maryland dugout on the left side.
And his comment was, now they take a week off and think that's sufficient. We took 3 months off and then picked the ball back up in the middle of January.
And you can equate that to other sports. I remember even Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player of all time, saying, yeah, I threw the skates in the basement for 6 months. I didn't do anything. And that's a pretty good theory.
And I've bought into Coach Graham's theory, and I've no scientific data, just gut feel.
The 0-1. This one swung and fouled straight back. Healthy hack by Robertson. I think he knows he missed a good pitch there. 0-2. Skeeters are leading 2-0. Trying to add to that lead here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 on and only 1 away. Both teams with 7 hits apiece now. So if you were back to coaching college, would you have them take more time off? Or
yes.
You would.
No question about it. And again, they're conditioned that they think if I don't throw, I'm going to regress.
The 0-2 slow chopper right side of the mound. Stem's only play will be at first, so acts as a bunt anyway for Robertson. 1-3 on the put-up, and now a 2-out hit here could give the Skeeters double their pleasure. They could be a 4-0. Well, let's go to the opposite of that. You know, players don't make a lot of money here in the Atlantic League, so sometimes they play winter ball in Mexico or Venezuela. Now, for hitters, probably not as big of a deal, but how could you throw 8 or 9 months a year and not get hurt?
Well, again, as a lot of people, you've only got so many bullets in the gun, right?
Yeah.
And someday you're going to run out, whether it's through injury or just losing your velocity. So I really believe if I was a coach, I'd say, take off the middle of November, 2 months, middle of November to the middle of January.
That's fair.
And you're still in school the middle of November, but you can still run, you can still do some strength conditioning, but you don't pick up a ball.
Fair enough.
And then you return the middle of January, and let's go.
The 1-0 here to Rondon. This one hit to the left side, right at the third baseman Martinez. He'll throw it to first, and that will do it. Skeeters threat on first and second with 1 out. Do not score. Give Craig Stem credit. If he doesn't come back, he's pitched a whale of a game. 2/3 of the way through, end of the 6th inning. Skeeters still have a 2-0 lead.
12 and under get in free for every Wednesday home game this season at Constellation Field. Tickets are only available by calling the Skeeters box office at 281-240-4487 or 240-HITS, or visit the TDECU box office at the ballpark or online 24 hours a day at SugarlandSkeeters.com. Gates open an hour before scheduled game times. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. Relive baseball's greatest moments, connect with the national pastime, and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
This is Skeeters broadcaster Will Scott. Sugarland unites. Get your postseason tickets now by calling the TDECU ticket office at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Or you can go to sugarlandskeeters.com. And be sure to join the voice of the Skeeters, Ira Liebman, for every playoff game on Sweet 96.1 FM. The new home of the Sugarland Skeeters is your Skeeters look to take home their second title in franchise history. Go Skeeters!
Hi, I'm Ira Liebman, voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugarland's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time. Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter! New pitcher on the hill, as suspected, is former big leaguer Dan Runsler. 33-year-old, number 24, 6'4", 210, from Santa Monica, California. Spent last year with the Pirates. Big leaguer, 12 years as a pro. This season with the Skeeters, 4-2 at 3.29 ERA, making his 47th appearance tonight. 41 innings. He has struck out 48, walked 24, and allowed 43 hits. Last time out against New Britain in the Skeeters 2-1 victory on August 25th, a few nights ago. 1 inning, 1 earned run, 1 hit, 2 walks, no Ks. First batter, left-hand hitter Devin Rodriguez for the lefty-lefty matchup. That's why he's in here. First pitch a strike, 0-1. Corey Vaughn and then another lefty, Craig Maddox, and that's why Runsler is in the game here. Go over the numbers on Lucas Irvin in a minute. Pitched another terrific ball game. This one is low. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Well, Irvin throws 75 pitches, 51 of them for strikes, 6 shutout innings of 7 hit ball, 1 walk and 5 Ks. So in 2 of his appearances, both shutouts. This one hit to the right side, right at Skeeters first baseman Albert Cordero. He'll tag the bag, 3 unassisted, and there's 1 down. A 1 out, none on here for Corey Vaughn, who is grounded at the third and struck out. He is 0 for 2. Skeeters leading 2-0 here in the top half of the 7th. Ira Liebman along with Kyle Van Hook. So what did you like about Irvin?
Just we call him a right-handed finesser. Doesn't throw real hard, but he mixes it up, spots the ball, competes, knows how to pitch.
This one is pounded down the right side. This one foul. My girlfriend will tell you I'm a finesser, but not very good on the mound.
Maybe too much information, Ira. Okay, let's keep it in the park here.
It is in the park. We are doing this in the park.
That's right.
Nope.
But I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Irvine, I mean, he was just a really crafty pitcher.
Now, how come generally right-handers are never called? You're the first guy in history to call a right-hander crafty. Lefties are always crafty lefties if they're off-speed pitches.
Yeah, I'll use the word finesse, same thing. Right-handed finesser. You're right. Usually.
Why can't a right-hander be?
He can be crafty, which he was.
The 1-1. My career is near complete. A couple things I wanted to get done. First, get a guy to admit on a post-game show in extra innings that he was trying to hit a home run to win it, and I've done that a few years back.
Yeah.
And now this.
Well, admitting that a right-hander can be crafty?
Yes. This one is popped up. Runzer points it out. Right side. Cordero again in foul territory just to the right of first. Reaches back and drops it. Had it in the palm of his glove, but could not hold on to it. And that, not a good omen.
I brought a pencil tonight. It's fitting. Last night I had a pen. I would have had to. I was already written it down. I had F3.
Good you.
Thank you.
You're really bringing the A game tonight. And I mean, in all aspects.
We're back to my A game, yeah.
It's really impressive.
I didn't even know I had an A game, so.
Well, it's been upgraded. Maybe it's a B+.
B+,
but
okay.
It's right there. Yeah. And if you stay after class, maybe you'll get 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes to count here. Payoff pitch here by Runzler. This one is swollen and drilled to left field. This could leave. It's going to be in the corner. That's a fair ball. Around first, heading for second. Oh, it stays in the park. Well, that drop foul ball now looms a little bit larger. Leads to an eventual double. And you can just tell that was going to lead to something bad. And you could have a 2 outs and none on. Craig Maddox, 2 for 2 with 2 singles, 224, a home run and 18 RBIs. Skeeters with a 2-0 lead, and now the Blue Crabs once again out hitting the Skeeters 8-7. Well, incepts Craig Maddox, so another lefty-lefty matchup for Runzler. So on is chop, foul back into the right of home.
And I must say I feel better about the win now that they lead us in hits. Going back to my theory, the team. Am I right? They lead us in hits 8-7, so we got a chance to win.
Well, you know my theory. If it's 3 or more, it goes the other way.
That's true.
So we'll see whose theory is more correct. The 0-1. That's when a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to count. I'll give you the book that I have on Runzler, and you tell me what you see.
Okay.
Fastball 92 to 95, changeup and a curve. The 0-2 from the left-hander. This one high and outside, 1-2. Skeeters 2 runs on 7 hits. The Blue Crabs no runs on 8. No errors on either side of the ledger. The 1-2. This one swollen and missed. Strike 3. Big strikeout for Runzler. So 2 down. Now a chance to get out of this. Still preserve the 2-0 lead if he can get the number 9 hitter Angeles Nina out.
Well, he's so far tonight he's 92 to 94.
Okay.
I'm calling it a slider rather than a curveball, and it's 84-85.
Okay.
And I saw one change at 84.
Okay, so close. Fastball misses low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to count here. If this game stays the same, you will probably see either Derek Loop or most likely Gene Machi with right-handers coming up, and then, of course, Paulino at the end. Lifts up the hands, ducked back the knees, but that was not going to work out. That one caught plenty of the inside corner, 1-1 the count. If Runzer can get out of this one. Runner leads off of second, Corey Vaughn. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? They appeal. He did not. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Plate umpire Andrew Larkin asked Ken Leventhal at first for help. Leventhal said no go. Runs a long look in here at Norris. It's a pretty good big league battery right here. The 2-1.
Ooh.
Wow, I don't know where that was. 2 balls and a strike.
That's where we need the K-zone.
You're going to keep sticking with that, aren't you? Come away from the dark side.
Come back to reality.
It could happen. I could see it. I don't like it, but I could see it. They set up away. This one is hit up the middle, and this is going to lead to a run most likely here. Jansanti's going to charge it. He's going to fire it home to the left of home off the mitt of Norris. Now that dropped foul leads to a run, and it's just a 2-1 lead here for the Skeeters. Going down as a single and an RBI, the 32nd of the season for Nina, who is now 2 for 3.
9-hole hitter's having a good night.
Yes, he is. Well, back up to the top of the order and on the throw home. Nina goes to second, so another base hit here would tie this up. So Runzer needs to get out of this. Skeeters now leading 2-1, and now a 2-hit separation.
That's right.
Theory's getting closer, unfortunately. Top of the order, Ryan Strausberger, who is grounded out, hit into a fielder's choice and flied out. It's one high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Skeeters got a run in the first, a run in the third. Now a run here in the top of the 7th. Skeeters leading just 2-1. The 1-0. This one in the dirt, gets away from Norris. He doesn't know where it is, and it's just to his left. And now getting down to third is Nina. Now the tying run is 90 feet away. Take a look at this pitch count here on Dan. 20 pitches, 11 for strikes, 9 for balls. Going to go back to the back part of the mound, try to regroup here. See if we can get this final out. Strausberger has a 2-0 count. Short and second, very deep here for the Skeeters, as are the outfielders. This one a little bit high, 3-0. 2-7-0 for the Skeeters, 1-9-0 for the Blue Crabs. Runzer from the stretch. The 3-0 is down low, ball 4. Just the second walk of the night by Skeeters pitching. Last one back in the first, the second batter of the game by Irvin to Garcia. Skeeters seem to be in control of this game despite just leading 2-0. Now a 2-1 lead. Tying run at third, and the go-ahead run down at first. Edwin Garcia is not the easiest out. Here comes Corey Dama. Looks like action is going to start in the Skeeters pen. I guess that would be Gene Machi, and it is. Well, they will stall for a little time here. Well, remember, each and every Friday night, you can hear the game live on Sweet 96, 96.1 FM, Sugarland's only radio station, and the new radio home of the Skeeters. Listen to the Friday night game of the week each and every Friday night, both at home and on the road for the entire 2018 season, as well as every playoff game. 96.1 FM and the Skeeters, it doesn't get any sweeter. Well, a big jam here. 2 on, 2 out, 2-1 your score. Skeeters in front here in the top of the 7th. Well, Runzler will face Edwin Garcia. 299, 3 home runs, 31 ribbies for the right-hand hitting shortstop. This one a strike down the middle. Good pitch by Runzler. No balls and 1 strike to count here on Garcia. Take a look at the numbers on Garcia with runners in scoring position and 2 down. hitting .258 and 31 ABs, 6 RBIs. But with runners in scoring position, just in general, he's hitting .338 with 26 RBIs and 80 at-bats, no home runs. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. The 1-1 swung and fouled off to the right side, so now runs are 1 strike away from getting out of this with a run already in, and the Skeeters leading just 2-1. That was pitch number 25. Talked about the kind of pitch range for a starter. I always feel that, especially for a closer, but anybody really going 1 inning, 25 to 30 pitches, it becomes a bit dangerous. Is that fair?
Yeah, I wouldn't say dangerous. I think that's a good, good benchmark to use for.
This one is swung and a missed, strike 3, and that'll do it. 7th inning stretch time. Get your peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I do care if you never come back. Skeeters up 2-1.
So there I was, own business, when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Skeeters fans, end your weekend with Skeeters baseball at Constellation Field for Sunday Fun Day. We have something for everyone. Play catch in the outfield, and your favorite Skeeters players will be signing autographs before the game. Also, after the game, all kids will be able to run the bases.
I don't care if I ever get back.
Constellation Field has everything you need for a fun, family-friendly, affordable day at the ballpark. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
G2G Family Shooting and Archery Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable modern shooting range around. G2G is locally owned and operated by people who care about your range experience. They offer training in every aspect of shooting and archery skills and safety, including proper licensing and home defense training. Bring your family and friends together at G2G Shooting Range. It's fun and you'll be glad you did. 832-595-8415 or g2grange.com to find out more.
Skeeters go to their bullpen, and now the Blue Crabs go to theirs. Former Skeeter Kyle Drabeck will toe the hill for the Blue Crabs. He will pitch to 1, 2, and 3. Barrett Barnes, Anthony Jansanti, and Derek Norris. Of course, Kyle is the son of former Cy Young Award winner Doug Drabeck. Barnes has walked it into a double play and struck out. He's also scored a run. This one misses down low. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Get you a little bit more details and numbers on Drabeck. You had a chance to scout Kyle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Local guy here in Texas.
Yes, sir, from the Woodlands High School.
Yep. Little 1-0. This one swung on and hit in the air. Down the left side is the third baseman, Frank Martinez backs up, and now he almost drops it, but holds on to this one. We're out number 1. Now, what was the book on Kyle when he was coming out of high school?
Kyle Drabeck was a phenomenal athlete. Could have gone and played Division I at a big college as a wide receiver. Phenomenal athlete.
Kidding.
Yes, sir. Some people thought he could go play the big leagues as a hitter with power.
Really?
Was 94, 95 on the mound with a hammer. Just tremendous talent. Off the field was a big question mark.
First pitch here, and there you go. Over the head of catcher Craig Maddox. 1 ball and no strikes. Yikes. Well, making just his 4th outing here for the Blue Crabs. 3 of them were starts. No record of 150 ERA. 6 innings, 2 Ks, 4 walks, 3 hits on Drebeck. This one is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Would he have been better suited as either a hitter or maybe another sport?
I don't know. I never saw him play football.
Okay.
I just heard how good he was, and he put up some good numbers at the Woodlands High School his senior year, and just a tremendous wide receiver that could have gone and played D1 ball.
And I remember interviewing him last year. He struck out 19 in a game, and the other 2 catcher foul outs, he wanted them to drop them both. Otherwise, all the outs would have been via the K. 7 innings. This one is a strike, 3-1 the count.
And to his credit, his off-the-field problems were pretty serious, and at least from a scouting standpoint.
This one wild again, all over the place here after the first out. Who walks Jan Santi, 1 on, 1 out.
But to his credit, I didn't think he'd ever get it to the big leagues, and he did.
Really?
And he apparently righted the ship for enough time in the minor leagues to move up the ladder and get there.
He was a high school All-American twice, a first-team high school American in 2005 and 2006. He was the Baseball America Minor League second-team All-Star in 2009 and 2010. Really great year. Double-A All-Star, Eastern League All-Star, Eastern League Pitcher of the Year, Toronto Blue Jays Minor League Player of the Year. So he was really on his way until he got to the bigs.
And I believe he got hurt in the big leagues, and that might have, been the major thing that kept him from staying up there for a while.
In 2010, being a minor league player of the year, 14-9 at 2.94 ERA. He got to the big leagues for the first time that year with the Blue Jays for 3 games, and spent time in the bigs in 2011 and 2012, as well as 2013 and 14 with the Blue Jays, and 2015 with the White Sox, 2016 with the Diamondbacks, and last year some time here with the Skeeters. Last year with Sugar Land 1-3 with an 8.33 ERA and 6 starts. Major League totals 8-15 with a 5.26 ERA and 43 appearances, 30 starts. The 0-1 here to Derek Norris from Drebeck. There goes Jan Santi, but it's fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Minor league totals of 56 and 51, the 4.12 ERA. And if my memory serves me correctly, I believe he had some microscopic ERA while in high school one season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, his stuff was filthy. It was 95, 96 with the power breaking ball and just dominant, and then he'd go up to the plate and hit bombs, and this kid's a can't-miss big leaguer.
He didn't make it to the bigs. This one is low, 1-2. I'm going to find out those numbers. I'll dig them out here shortly. Skeeters leading 2-1, bottom of the 7th. Probably be Machi to Paulino. One ball and 2 strikes. First round pick by the Phillies in 2006. Gonna join that Roy Halladay rotation. Did not work out, unfortunately. There goes Jan Santi. They'll never get him, and that is his 30th stolen base of the year. So congratulations to him. Not a career high, 1 off that he set last year with the Skeeters here. 31. Well, Drebeck was an 18th overall pick in that first round. Royals Luke Hochschafer was first overall. Evan Longoria 3rd. Brendan Morrow was 5th. Andrew Miller 6th. Clayton Kershaw 7th. So he had some pretty big names in front of him. Tim Lincecum was 10th. Scherzer was 11th.
Wow.
Guess somebody's kicking themselves. Pretty good pitching round. Corey Rasmus later in that round. Jabba Chamberlain. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Norris. They set up outside. And there goes Jan Santi. He's going to try to steal 3rd, but this one fouled off again by Norris. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Astros had a pick that year. It didn't quite work out. Maxwell Sapp.
Catcher, wasn't he?
I believe so. Yes, he was. The name says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a bad omen when he.
The 2-2 here from the right-hander, Drebeck. Looks at second, double takes, comes home. This one in the dirt, 3-2. So nice job here by Norris battling back. Kyle Jordan Drebeck officially. Kyle has fond memories of when his dad was pitching with the Astros. Said Craig Biggio stuffed him in a trash can as a kid.
That's a fond memory.
This one is fouled off right side. The catcher, does he have room? No. Runs out. The count remains 3-2 here on Norris. Is a runner at second trying to add to their 2-1 lead. Here's Drebeck in high school. I mentioned the Woodlands High School. The baseball team, the national title, going 10-0 with a 1.18 ERA on the mound and batted .479 with 6 home runs as a shortstop. There goes Jan Santi again. The throw down to third is going to be in plenty of time, and a caught stealing. So he gets one and has one taken away, and there's 2 down. And that was ball 4, so Norris also goes down to first. Second time he's walked. Third time he's been on base. Think that was a little too over-aggressive there?
Yeah, possibly. You know, Drebeck's a little slow to the plate. He got a good jump. It was just a perfect throw. Sometimes you got to tip your hat and give the other guy credit. I mean, if it wasn't a perfect throw, I think he'd have been safe.
Good call. Well, in steps Juan Silverio. He is driven in both runs for the Skeeters on an RBI single and a sac fly. Skeeters leading 2-1 here. No time called. Drebeck in his prime featured a 2-seam sinker, 82, 92. Curveball, and what you were talking about earlier, a spiked curveball, which is a knuckle curve. This one swung in tap foul. Also had a cutter and a changeup. How hard is he throwing now?
He's just a shell of himself, Ira.
Really?
84, 85.
Wow, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's the fastball?
Mm-hmm.
How's he getting away with it?
Well, sometimes you can get away with it. It's going to be interesting how long will he get away with it? Because he's thrown one breaking ball and it wasn't very good.
The 0-1. This one is high. Well, right now he is at 17 pitches, 7 for strikes, but 10 for balls.
Yeah, that sometimes keeps the hitters off their game a little bit when they're throwing so many balls.
In his prime in high school, how hard was he throwing?
95,
no
96,
kidding. Wow.
Yeah. With a power curveball. He threw one curveball this in at 73 miles an hour, and it was
flat,
really bad.
The 1-1.
Now there's
misses outside.
That was a slider or a cutter.
2 balls and 1 strike to count here, Silverio. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Skeeters, 1 run on 9 hits for Southern Maryland. They set up low and away. And the 2-1. Swan and hit in the air to center. Corey Vaughn is there. Goes back towards left center. And he brings number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We are through 7 innings of play. Skeeters still holding on to the lead. They're up 2-1.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in new territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field. Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Saturdays at 4 p.m., it's the Top 40 Block Party on Sweet 96, sponsored in part by your plumber for life, Steinmetz Plumbing in Richmond. They're called your plumber for life because once you've used Steinmetz, you'll never use anyone else. They are fast, efficient repipe specialists. And for any plumbing emergency, it's Steinmetz. For quality of work, fair pricing, and a wonderful customer service experience, it's Steinmetz Plumbing, yourplumberforlife.com or 281-620-9200.
Only pitcher on the hill for the Skeeters, the third of the night. We're trying to set up Felipe Paulino. Looks like he's already warming up. Is Gene Machi. The 35-year-old Machi will come in here. Number 36 is 6 foot, 255 from El Tigre, Venezuela. Started this season in the Mexican League for the Diablo Rojos. Former big leaguer, 16 years as a pro. He's been terrific for the Skeeters. He has had scoreless outings in 16 of the 17, 2-0 with a unbelievable .55 ERA. 18th appearance, 16 and a third, 18 Ks, 8 walks, 8 hits. Has a whip under 1 at .98. Last time out was last night. He picked up the win in the Skeeters 4-2 victory. 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no walks, and 2 Ks. Machi will face 3, 4, and 5 here. Theodore Martinez, John Griffin, Frank Martinez. First pitch is low and away, 1 ball and no strikes, and Machi is right. He is dominant. Get you the repertoire on Machi right after this pitch. Well, he set up outside in the 1-0. This one low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. So this is the lowdown on Machi. Fastball, changeup, splitter, which is his best pitch, and a slider. Martinez, Teodoro. 289, 2 home runs, 33 RBIs coming in. He's 2 for 3, hit into a double play and 2 singles in his last 2 at-bats. The 2-0. Swung in a bullet to third off of Silverio. Rondon has it at short. The throw to first is in time. What a play. A bullet hit off the mid of Silverio. Rondon charges it and turns it into a 5-6-3 putout. What a play.
That might qualify as one of the stranger plays I've seen. A 5-6-3 routine ground ball.
I'm sure you've seen a little stranger. You see the ricochets every now and then. John Griffin steps in, and if Machi can pass 5 and 6, then Paulino will pitch to the bottom part of the order for the ninth. Griffin's the one guy you really have to be careful here. One swing of the bat and this game's tied. There's no wind. If that ball gets in the air, it will go. This one is low and in. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Griffin has struck out twice, and between lined into a double play on a great play by Albert Cordero at first. Grabbed the bullet, stepped on first to double up Teodoro Martinez. The 1-0. Swung and a miss, kind of a late half swing there, 1-1. What are you clocking Machi at?
The fastball's 87-88.
1 ball and 1 strike.
If that was a fastball,
I thought he threw quite a bit harder. This one is hit towards short. Rondon, tough hop, Great play. Throw to first. Pulls Cordero off the bag, but on the inside portion, and he tags Griffin for out number 2. So Rondon is like Visa everywhere you want to be.
I like that.
2 outs, none on here. Frank Martinez will step in. He's 1 for 3. He has singled, popped out, and struck out. Skeeters at 4 outs away and 1 out from going to Paulino, who will try for his 30th save, assuming he comes in to close this one out. I wouldn't see why not. Well, in steps the switch, hitter batting here from the left side against the right-hander Machi.
Unless you go against the book.
I thought you didn't know where the book was. We've thrown out the book. I don't
No,
have the book. If you know where the book is, let me know.
I was asking, thus we're going to go against the book if we don't bring him in. That's my point.
I did see him warming up, although he has sat down, so I will assume that he will come in back-to-back nights. Probably won't be available tomorrow. It's right next to the left-handed curveballs.
That's right.
The 1-0 here from Machi. There's one fouled off. I know you don't know where the book is, but did you ever find the key to the batter's box?
No.
No. It's nowhere to be found.
It's hidden.
Not on the hook?
It's hidden. No, it's not on the hook.
No, it's a shame.
Gene is this one's hard to figure out because he's throwing 83, 84, and I don't know if it's a split or the changeup.
Well, his best pitch is the splitter, so maybe he's just not throwing the fastball and just throwing all splitters.
I don't know if those 87, 88s might be their splitter, but I haven't seen anything other than that, so I'm assuming that's. I'm waiting for one to come in here at 95, and I'll know. Okay.
What about that?
That was 89.
Really?
That looked like a fastball to me.
See, that, and to me, listening to the pop, I mean, that sounds like 93, 94.
Yeah. But that one looked like a fastball. Some of those other ones that were 889 looked like they might have had some funky things going on at the end.
The 2-1 is low. What was that?
That's a split, I think. Do you see how it just bottomed out?
3-1 now the count here on Martinez. It is Paulino watching on, so he's ready to go. Looking through the chain link fence in the bullpen out there in right. They set up low and away, and the 3-1 from Machi. Swung and chopped foul back into the right of home. That'll run the count full 3-2. Skeeters 2 runs on 7 hits. Blue Crabs 1 run on 9. Sugar Land's committed 1 error. The Blue Crabs none. Machi, 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 inning, thanks to some nifty fielding. From the stretch, Machi looks in. They set up away, and the payoff pitch just misses off the outside corner. Wow, was that close? What'd you think?
I think it's 9:33. That's a strike. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Well said, Kyle. I agree, and that one was too close to be taken. Anyway.
I know it could have gone either way.
Wow. Now another batter will face, and it'll be a lefty here, Devin Rodriguez, who's 0 for 3. He is struck out, popped out, and grounded out.
Knowing how much umpires love to ring guys up and show their dance when they ring them up, I'm surprised he didn't call that.
You know, that brings up an interesting point. Now, if you throw your bat away and assume ball 4, what does the umpire do? He calls you back. Strike. If you walk off the mound and you say it's strike 3, the umpire gives you the ball call. But when an umpire adamantly rings you up, isn't that an embarrassment to the hitter? Aren't you showing up the hitter?
Yeah.
You know, you can call strike 3, put the fist in the air, but ringing a guy up, and this seems like it's rubbing salt in the wounds.
No, I agree, but I'll go one step further.
The 1-0, outside 2-0.
When a batter throws the bat, and he called it a strike on a 3-1 count and makes it 3-2, he better be swinging on that 3-2. Have you ever heard that theory?
No.
Yeah.
Because he got showed up?
Because he showed the umpire up.
But he already called the guy back. Didn't he get even, the umpire, already?
No, he's going to show him up. There's a good chance. And that just drives me crazy because it's not right, and it happened to my son in a big game in the Big 12.
Not that you had anything on that. The 2-0. This one's swung. A hit in the air. This should do it. Jansanti in center. Coming in. Plants the feet and pulls it in. So the walk, missed strike 3 call. Really been a good job tonight. Andrew Larkin can miss 1 or 2 here and there. Well, bottom of the 8th, Skeeters are trying to get some insurance when we get back. They're up 2-1 in this one.
Spring Free Trampoline. perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Hi, I'm Ira Liebman, voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugarland's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time.
Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter.
Skeeters leading 2-1, and we'll try to get some insurance. New pitcher on the hill here for the Blue Cramps, their third of the night, is Ryan Chafee. Get you his bio and details here. Ground ball the third, backhanded by Frank Martinez. He'll throw it to first low, and it is dropped by first baseman John Griffin. Most likely be an E5, and you can see that coming. Martinez kind of struggled with it after he came up with the backhand. Well, Chafee is 30 years old, number 25, 6'2", 195, from Nebraska originally. Last played in the American Association with Winnipeg. He's been as high as AAA. Went to Chipola College in Florida. Drafted twice, first time in the 43rd round in 2007 by the Braves, then the third round by the Angels in 2008. Last year for the Winnipeg Golden Eyes was 3-3 with a 3.26 ERA and 21 saves. Lifetime 35-33, a 4.87 ERA. First pitch a strike, no balls and one strike to count here to Cordero. Switch hitter batting here from the left side. This one swung and a missed, 0-2. Chafee 2-2 this year with the Blue Crabs, a 4.60 ERA, 59th appearance. That is a lot. He has 3 saves, 56 2/3. He has struck out 47, but he has walked 31, allowed 42 hits. That is what you'd call a lot of base runners. The 0-2 here by Chafee, high 1-2. Last time out against the York Revolution on August 26th in a 10-8 loss to York. 1 inning, no runs, 1 hit, no walks, 2 Ks. 4 of his last 5 outings scoreless. Runner at first, Ian Chavez. And a 1-2 count to number 3, Albert Cordero. Swung and foul tipped into the mid of Maddox. And there is strikeout number 1 and out number 1 for Chafee. So 1 on, 1 out here for Dennis Phipps. Phipps has singled twice, sandwiched between a strikeout. Phipps came in batting .268, 9 home runs, 36 RBIs. A righty-righty matchup here. First pitch by Chafee to Phipps, a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count.
Be nice to get an insurance run here, wouldn't it?
It would be very nice. This one is a strike and quickly 0-2. Speaking of insurance runs, remember Texas Farm Bureau sponsors all insurance runs this year. Texas Farm Bureau members get free tickets to Skeeter games on Sunday. Just show proof of your current membership at the Skeeters TDECU ticket office and you can get 2 free tickets to any Sunday home game. Visit your local agent to become a member today. This one swung and a miss, strike 3. So Chafee makes quick work. Phipps, and there's 2 outs. How hard was he throwing?
Well, it's 89-90, and you're wondering, 2 guys have swung right through his fastball. What is it? It's what we talked about earlier this evening.
Movement.
Before the deception.
Yep.
I think. Maybe some movement, but also some deception.
You're a deceiving guy, so I can understand why you would understand deception.
Don't tell my wife that. Okay?
She probably already knows much better than me.
After 30 years, I believe so.
What do they say? Married couples are like magicians. You know, hey, look, a rabbit. So what? Like, there's no more tricks up their sleeves anymore. This one is hit deep down the left field side. If it's fair, it's gone. It's just foul. Wow, that had some hang time. And just to the left of the foul pole hit the roof of the Wells Fargo Picnic Plaza. Daniel Robertson has had his first home run of the year. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Skeeters, 1 run on 9 hits. That is not a lot of production.
No.
And the Blue Crabs. So 0-1 the count here on Robertson. Runner on first, otherwise Stem would have had himself a 1-2-3 inning. Excuse me, Chafee would have had himself a 1-2-3 if not for the error by the third baseman. The 0-1. This one down low, 1-1. Chafee 9 pitches, 8 for strikes.
It's a pretty good percentage by my books.
Not bad, even for a scout who's not a mathematician.
That's right. That's right.
It's impressive, though.
That's why we have calculator.
The 1-1, or in your case, radar guns. This one misses outside, I guess. 2-1. Usually the strike zone gets tighter as the game goes on. It seems to be getting a little more.
A little bigger?
Yep. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 on. Skeeters leading by 1-2-1. Either way, Felipe Paulino will have a lead and try for his 30th save. It's one high and outside. 3 balls and a strike here. Now Chafee's pace has slowed down. 3-1 pitch. Good hitters count here to Robertson, who has walked twice and grounded out. Just missed a home run here in this at bat. 3-1 check swing. They appeal. Did he go? No. That'll be ball 4. So 2 on with 2 out. Well, that'll bring up Alvaro Rondon.
Okay. Like the catcher, we're going to get a visit to the mound here, Ira, from the pitching coach, I guess, or the manager. It's actually the manager, James Frisbee, going out to talk to Mr. Chafee. We got first and second with 2 outs. Just a word of wisdom to him. Let's get this thing back in the dugout and give ourselves a chance to win.
What are you saying out there at that point? You've been out there. That doesn't look like, what is it, just a timeout like the NBA, give him a breather?
Just go get him and say, hey, you know what? You mowed through the first 2 guys. Get back in your groove, and let's get back in the dugout.
Do you ever talk pitching on the mound, ever?
Oh, yeah, occasionally.
Really?
Yeah,
what do you say, you're flying open?
If you see something
like
that's blatantly wrong that the guy can fix right out there, you don't want to get too technical with him, but you say, hey, you know, you're dragging your front side, your back side, you're flying open, whatever.
What is something you would never talk about pitching-wise on the mound that you would wait till the end of the game? Inside? 1-0?
It's hard to say because it's so situational. If he's struggling throwing strikes, you don't go out there and say throw strikes,
yeah,
because you're just going to compound the problem.
Yep.
Yeah. So, You don't want to get them thinking too much. One minor mechanical tweak.
So one foul back, 1-1.
And you'd be okay. You know, or you know, just, hey, relax, take a deep breath, you know.
When a guy goes to the mound and the guy starts throwing strikes, you think most of the time, well, whatever the pitching coach said, it worked. And then when it doesn't go well, you think, well, whatever he said is not working. It seems like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I think it's the old too much credit, not enough credit type of thing.
The 1-1, this one inside. It's like being a hitting coach. You know, if they're hitting well, you say, well, he's got a good hitting team. How difficult is it? And if they're not hitting, then it's the hitting coach's fault.
Right, exactly. And then you got some that say, well, you can't hit for them. You can't play for them. I coach them up, but I can't hit for them. I can't play for them.
The 2-1 coming here from Chafee. This one a grounded foul. 2-2. Oh, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Skeeters leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. I heard a manager in this league say this year, I told them not to throw first pitch fastballs, but hey, it's their ERA. They don't want to listen.
Just pass the buck, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Now you're going to start the runners here?
2-2 with 2 outs. I'd wait till 3-2. They set up inside. The runners stay put. This one is drilled out to right center field. This could split the gap, and it'll fall in. Scoring easily is Chavez. They will hold Robertson at third, and now the Skeeters with some insurance. They lead 3-1, and that is our Texas Farm Bureau insurance run of the game. Well, Rondon gets RBI number 37 with no home runs. That is just sensational. Now Polina will have a little breathing room.
And that was a perfectly placed base hit. Had it been 3 or 4 feet right or 3 or 4 feet left, I think they would have got it because it hung up so much.
Yeah, I was surprised it hung up as long as it did.
It must have got in on his hands.
Barrett Barnes was go top of the order here. He has walked, hit into a double play, struck out, and fouled out. 0 for 3 with a run scored. 257, 12 home runs, 49 RBIs. There goes the runner. Rondon will steal second. Now Anthony Jansen, who had tied him, Rondon takes the lead. So his 31st as these two push each other back and forth. And I talked to them about it, and they do. It's like 2 home run hitters on the same team. One hits a home run, the other one guy hits that one the same night or the next night. It's good to have competition.
Would we call that a friendly competition?
You can call it friendly if you like. 122 steals now for the Skeeters. It's like saying brothers have a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, brotherly, yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike. Even if the older brother beats little brother.
Exactly.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Runners on second and third. Skeeters could blow it open here with a base hit by Barnes. A run in. They're leading by a pair, 3-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-1. Swung and fouled off to the right side. 1-2 on Barnes. And you said you scouted Barnes, right?
No, I didn't. He was in high school. He was not a prospect, so I didn't see that much of him. And he went to Texas Tech and became a high prospect.
Is that the rarity of making a jump that big from not being a prospect to a number 1 or first round draft pick?
To go that far, yes, but you know, he tremendous athlete with good tools. And
1-2 the count on Barnes. Chafee from the stretch. They set up inside. This one high and outside, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Skeeters leading by 2, 3-1 with a run in here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, and they should be in the dugout.
That's true, isn't it? That big E5 would have been a 1-2-3 inning for Chafee. Instead of run in and now 2 more potential runs on the base paths. Wow, Chafee wanted that. I thought he had it on the inside corner as well. Very close, 3-2. Good eye by Barnes. First base is open, so he doesn't have to give in, but then he's going to face Anthony Jansanti, who has been on base 3 times and really was robbed of being on base all 4 times.
Yeah, I think he's going to come right at him here.
Let's see what he does. They're going to set up on the outside portion of the plate. This one high and outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Got to be a frustrating inning for Chafee. Should be out of this a long time ago. As the second walk of the inning by Chafee. That'll bring in Anthony Jansanti. Anthony has doubled, walked twice, was robbed on a great play by first baseman John Griffin, who dove to his right, fed it to the pitcher's stem. He has scored a run and stolen a base. He has 30 stolen bases in back-to-back seasons for the first time in his career.
Well, he could blame the third baseman, but he's walked 2 guys, so.
This one is outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count here.
And they have no one up in the pen, and he's lost it, Ira.
You think he's done mentally?
He's struggling right now.
Jansanti with the bases full this year, hitting .250 and 8 at-bats. No home runs, but 7 ribbies. The 1-0. Swung on, popped up behind home plate over our heads. 1 ball and 1 strike.
This is a situation where no one's up in the pen. They're conceding pretty much right now. We're not going to waste another arm. It's your ball game. If this guy hits a triple and clears the bases, it's still your game.
When Gary Gaetti was here as the Skeeters manager, he used to talk about stress innings, especially for closers. You think the pitch count there is a little different because there's a lot more on the line?
Yeah.
26 pitches now for Chafee, 14 for strikes, 12 for balls. The 1-1, swung and fouled deep down the right side. 1-2 on number 21, Anthony Jansanti. All the runners will go back. Robertson at third, Rondon on at second, Barnes on at first. A double would certainly clear the bases with the speed of those 3.
Yeah, but obviously the Blue Crab season has been a disaster, and they have no shot. So
nope.
But there's still a chance to win this game. Keep it 3-1. Top of the 9th, you got a shot, but it doesn't look like there's any interest in getting anybody ready to come in and put out the fire.
Well, they've lost 7 straight. This one in the dirt. Great stop by Maddox. Otherwise, that's a run. But unfortunately, that'll run the count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 in. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th. Skeeters leading 3-1. Jansanti is the 7th man to bat here in the 8th inning.
There's a 1 out of 3 chance if you throw it right down the middle, he will not. 2 out of 3 chance if you throw it down the middle, he won't get a hit.
Really?
Yeah.
Just based on hitting 300, 333,
yeah, 333
roughly?
Right.
It's pretty big risk with the bases full, Coach. The 2-2. Swung and hit through the wickets. Backhanded by the second baseman. He won't have a play. The throw to third gets away. A run will score as Robertson comes home, and now the Skeeters get some more insurance. They're up 3-4-1. This is about to become a non-save situation for Paulino. Now the big question, as a former coach, if it does not become a save situation, do you have somebody come in and finish this one, or Paulino's already warmed up, do you bring him in?
I would be tempted to bring Machi back out and save Paulino for tomorrow night.
Machi generally 1 inning pitcher.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, generally.
Well, you don't have anyone else to lose. You've got to stick with your plan. So.
For Jansanti, that'll be a single and an RBI. His 53rd of the year. First pitch here, a strike to Norris, 0-1. Derek's been on base 3 times tonight, and after popping out to second, he has singled and walked each of the last 2 times up. Skeeters leading by 3 now, 4-1. Sugarland looking for their 4th straight victory. And 8 of the last 10. That's one fouled straight back. No balls and 2 strikes. If they do haul on to win, you'll also have a few other milestones getting closer. And be their 48th win of the season. Their record is 50, back from 2013. Norris down, no balls and 2 strikes to count here. And if Paulino comes in a safe situation, it'll be the second Skeeter ever to get 30 saves or more in a season. This one is hit looper right to the second baseman. Little humpback line drive. Not before the Skeeters sent 8 men to the plate. They get 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 big error, and 2 men left on base. Last chance for the Blue Crabs. Felipe Paulino will try for his 30th save when we come back here in just a moment. Skeeters leading by 3, 4-1.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in new territory right behind the Randalls. Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
G2G Family Shooting and Archery Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable modern shooting range around. G2G is locally owned and operated by people who care about your range experience. They offer training in every aspect of shooting and archery skills and safety, including proper licensing and home defense training. Bring your family and friends together at G2G Shooting Range. It's fun and you'll be glad you did. 832-595-8415 or g2grange.com to find out more.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugarland. Go Skeeters!
So Felipe Paulino will try to close it down for his 30th save of this season. Only one other pitcher in Skeeters history has 30 saves, and that is the record holder, Derek Loop, who is now on the bench for the Skeeters, 32. So Paulino, a great shot at breaking it. Let's see if he can get number 31st here. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 here in the top of the ninth. Corey Vaughn, Craig Maddox, Angeles Nina. First pitch, an off-speed pitch. 4-strike, 0-1. Nina has grounded out the third, struck out, and doubles. Let's go with the repertoire on Paulino, which is a good one. Paulino, fastball 93-95, a change slider. He has a cutter, which is really his best pitch, and two different types of curveballs, a fast one and a slow one. This one is popped up behind the dish. Big League All-Star catcher Derek Norris brings it down for out number one, and there's two away. Hello, Felipe. 4 runs on 9 hits for the Skeeters. 1 run on 9 hits for the Blue Crabs. Paulino, and really, I mean, generally, do you see a closer with this much in his arsenal? Usually 1 or 2 pitches for a closer.
Yeah, usually 2 pitches is all you get.
Paulino. Now, when you have a fast curveball and a slow one, do you consider that 2 pitches or just 1?
No, I mean, same pitch, but it acts as 2 different ones.
So for argument's sake, he has 6 pitches. Is that fair?
Yeah, I guess so.
1 ball and no strikes to count. Craig Maddox, the left-hand hitting catcher, is 2 for 3, 2 singles, struck out last time up. Felipe, 34 years old. Number 39, 6'3", 270. The 1-1. That's a svelte 270. From Caracas, Venezuela. Last year for the Skeeters, former big leaguer, 12 years as a pro. 7 straight scoreless appearances for Paulino, including nailing down the save last night. The 1-1 from the Skeeters right-hander. This one is popped up left side. Silverio in foul territory has plenty of room and brings it down for the second out. So a foul out to the catcher, a foul out to the third baseman, 2 down, and the only thing standing between Paulino, a save, and a Skeeters win is the number 9 hitter, Angeles Nina, who will not be a picnic. He's having a good night. He lined sharply to second, doubled, singled, and drove in a run. Skeeters are leading 4-1. So in steps Nina. Paulino so far 5 pitches, 4 for strikes, and 2 outs. First pitch is hit right side. Will this be 3 foul outs for the win? Does Cordero have room near his own dugout? No. It's the roof of the Skeeters dugout. He almost got a save in 6 pitches. I'll give you one superstition. I don't write the final numbers, all of them, till it's over.
Well, that's the same thing. You don't sack the bats.
Sack the bats. I love that. That might be my new expression.
Don't sack the bats.
The 0-1 from Paulino. This one an off-speed pitch upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. I remember watching Goose Gossage get a save on 9 pitches. Called the Immaculate Inning. 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. The 1-1 swung and a miss, 1 and 2, and Paulino is 1 strike away. Skeeters leading 4-1. They need 1 more strike for the victory. Norris will set up outside, and the 1-2 by Paulino is in the dirt, 2 and 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Skeeters leading by 3, 4-1 here in the top half of the ninth. Paulino can get strike 3 past Nina here. Have a save on 10 pitches. Still pretty good. See if Felipe can finish it. The 2-2. Swanee hit to the right side. That's going to get through for a base hit, so this inning will continue. We go back to the top of the order at Ryan Strausberger, and those insurance runs really help because the tying run is still on deck. You must know this. Answer. Can you get a save with a 5-run lead?
No.
Yes, you can.
I should have gone with yes.
Come in with the bases loaded. The tying run is on deck.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Didn't think about that.
Well, in steps Strausberger. This one is low and away. So what do you have Paulino clocked at here?
His best fast, he's only thrown 2 fastballs. Was 93.
Okay.
And I've got velos on everything else, but I don't know what they are. I'm gonna yell calf rope.
Calf rope. This one is a little blooper into right center field. Will this fall in? Yes, it will. Jansanti gets past him. Now runners are going to be at second and third. And now, just like that, the tying run comes to the plate. The ball gets past the third baseman, Silverio. A run scores. And now it's a 4-2 game. That will be an error on somebody.
I was looking down and I saw the ball go to the wall here behind home plate.
Yeah, they square that on who as well. That'll be a single, I believe. That'll be probably an error on Jansanti. The ball got away from him in center, but the question is, who does that second error go to? Now the tying run is at the plate. You don't want to let Griffin bat here. He is 2 batters away. Garcia steps in. He has walked, grounded out, struck out, and singled. Grabs out hitting the Skeeters now by 2, 11 and 9. This one is slow number, first base side. That one just goes foul. Let's see how they scored this one. There by the center fielder Jansanti. I guess that's going to be the only E. So an E8 that allows the run to score. It could have been 2 because he bobbled the ball out in center. Then the throw gets away, but they only give him 1 error. Strausberger gets credit for a single. Will not get credit for an RBI. The 0-1 here by Paulino. He'll kick and deal. This one swung and a miss, 0-2. So Paulino once again 1 strike away.
Going to come right at him here, Ira? Fastball?
I would. 0-2, maybe elevated a little bit.
Change the eye level.
Exactly. They're going to set up outside the 0-2. Just misses low and away. Well, he changed the eye level, but low and away.
Yeah, it was some type of split. I don't know if it's a split or a slider. I'm really struggling figuring out his repertoire.
Stealing my word there.
I don't know what it means, but I'll use it.
Well, he has that cutter. I think that's probably what you're seeing. This one check swing. Did he go? I think he did. No, says first base umpire.
That was definitely a cutter there, 86.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 in, 1 on. Skeeters leading by 2, 4-2. This game just shy of 3 hours. Paulino from this stretch. Norris going to set up outside the 2-2. This one off the mid of Norris is going to get another run across, and it's a 1-run game. See if they score that a pass ball or a wild pitch. It was high, and Norris had to go up for it, but certainly was playable.
I got to go pass ball.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see how they score it here. Nothing yet. Perhaps the official score is debating. 3-2. Scoreboard needs to be changed to 4-3. Payoff pitch by Paulino. Swung and a single into center field. And this inning's just not ending. Give the Blue Crabs credit. They are not quitting here. Bring in Teodoro Martinez. They do score at a pass ball. Martinez has hit into a double play. 2 singles and then a great play, the 5-6-3 putout. The ball hit off of Silverio's mitt, and here comes Pete Cavilla. I don't think he'll take his closer out here, but maybe he just wants to give him a quick timeout.
Well, this is reminiscent of some of my worst losses. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the, top of the inning, and you end up losing. I'm not saying we're going to lose, but 2 outs, nobody on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 foul outs. Well, tomorrow in the finale, it'll be former Skeeter Brett Marshall against Skeeter's ace Dallas Beeler. Beeler 7-1 with a 2.14 ERA. Marshall 2-5 with a 4.60 ERA. Marshall was part of the 2016 championship squad and began the season here with the Skeeters. Had been with them since late in 2015. And John Griffin on deck. That is the guy you did not want to face. Paulino really wants to get this out here. Teodoro Martinez. Well, he's certainly going to have to work for his 30th save. Paulino is ready. First pitch here to Martinez from the right-hander. This one way inside. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
I believe a comment was made earlier about how quick this game was going.
No, it's all me now.
It's your fault, Ira.
I'm a victim. And just remember this, if the Blue Crabs should come back, they are now out hitting the Skeeters 12-9.
Ooh.
This one right back to Paulino. It's going to be save number 30. He throws it to first, and that will do it. A little scary in the ninth. Paulino closes it down for his 30th save, becomes his second Skeeter ever with 30 saves. His teammate currently on the bench for the Skeeters, Derek Loop, has the record at 32, so he's 2 away. And that's the game. Skeeters win this one 4-3. It becomes a little tighter for comfort at the end, but 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for the Skeeters. 3 runs, a dozen hits, and 1 error for the Blue Crabs. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the final numbers. We'll have our player of the game with Ryan Posner and preview tomorrow's Game 3 finale All that and more. We return on the Skeeters post-game show in a moment.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in new territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Every Saturday home game at Constellation Field will feature a giveaway or a post-game concert for fans in attendance. Giveaway nights include such items as hats, Swats and Star Wars bobbleheads, a Tracy McGrady bobblehead, and much, much more. While the post-game concerts feature artist 80s sensation The Spasmatics, country bands with Roger Krieger and Jack Ingram, and even a Jimmy Buffett cover band. For a full lineup, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com for more information. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Welcome to the Skeeters post-game show. An excited Ira Liebman as the Skeeters pull off a one-run victory, turns out to be. Skeeters had a 3-run lead going into the night. Got a little scary. 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Skeeters, 3 runs, a dozen hits, and 1 error for the Blue Crabs. Winning pitcher is Lucas Irvin. Gets his first win as a member of the Skeeters. Felipe Paulino gets his 30th save and joins that exclusive club of 2. Losing pitcher is Craig Stem. He drops to 6-8. Time of the game 3 hours and 2 minutes in front of 2,386 fans here at Constellation Field. Let's tell you how this one happened. It was the Skeeters who struck first in the first after Barnes left the game with a walk and Jan Santi doubled 2 batters later. Juan Silverio with an RBI single. It was 1-0 Sugarland. In the third, the Skeeters would add another run, a leadoff walk by Jan Santi. He would eventually get to third, a sac fly RBI again by Silverio, and it was 2-0 Sugarland. In the seventh, the Blue Crabs would get on the board. Another 1-out double by Corey Vaughn. 2 batters later, Angeles Nina with an RBI single, and it was 2-1. The Skeeters would get 2 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. A big error by third baseman Frank Martinez put Matt Chavez on as the leadoff hitter get on, but then he struck out the next 2. But he would walk Daniel Robertson. Alvaro Rondon would single. And 2 batters later, Anthony Jansanti would single. And Skeeters had a 4-1 lead. Machi with a good 8th. And it looked like it would be all she wrote in the 9th, but it got scary in the 9th inning. After Corey Vaughn fouled it and Craig Maddox fouled out, it was a single by Nina, another single by Strausberger, an error that scored a run and sent Strausberger to third. Edwin Garcia would single, and it would be a 2-run inning at that point. It was 4-3, but then it was Paulino rising to the occasion and getting the ground ball out for the final out, and that would do it as the Skeeters win 4-3. Paulino gets his 30th save of the season, and now Juan Silverio is standing by with a little translating by Alvaro Rondon with her own Ryan Pasta. Ryan.
Thank you, Ira. Standing by with Skeeters player of the game, Juan Silverio and Alvaro Rondon here to help translate Juan 1 for 3, pair of RBIs tonight. You've really capitalized, had a lot of RBIs in your short stint here so far. What's kind of been the key for you in that regard?
Que hoy que te fuiste de 3-1 con par de RBIs, ¿qué está pasando por tu mente ahora que tú has tenido muchas RBIs durante los juegos que tú estás jugando?
No ha pasado más nada que seguir trabajando fuerte y darle las gracias a Dios por todo, trabajar fuerte cada día y y ayudar al equipo lo más que pueda.
He's just been hustling out there, just working every time. Just every time he sees an opportunity to get some RBIs, he's gonna try to get them home. Even though he doesn't have like those hits, but I mean he's driving them in like anyhow, like with a sac fly. But just every day coming out here, just pushing it.
Absolutely, not even just the RBIs. I mean, you kind of got a late start to it, but you really kind of come on strong, hitting over 300 right now. You know, how tough was it to kind of get a late start to it? What kind of adjustments have you had to make early on?
Que como ya después que tú llegaste tarde, que como tú te sientes al haber llegado tarde, pero mira todo lo que tú estás haciendo, batiendo sobre los 300, empujando muchas carreras, cómo tú te sientes de haber llegado tarde y tratar de venir, ponerte ready para empezar a jugar de una vez.
Yo allá en Dominicana estaba entrenando fuerte, estaba jugando. Creo que eso es parte de lo que me ha ayudado, desde que no desmayé, seguí entrenando y nada, que en mi trabajo yo hago lo mejor que yo pueda cada vez que salgo al terreno.
He said whenever he was back in Dominican, like whenever the season started, he was back there playing, and he just tried to do whatever he was doing over there. He keep doing it here, and then he just working hard back home, and then doing like all the little things, and then whenever he got here, he just was ready for whatever he had to do.
Skeeters player of the game, Juan Silverio. Skeeters win over the Blue Coats 4-3 tonight. Back to you, Ira.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. So Skeeters with a one-run victory, improved to their overall best record in the Atlantic League, now 73-36. They're now 37 games over 500. Just unbelievable. They are now 32-14 here in the second half as well. The Blue Crabs overall dropped to 42-66, and in the second half they are 16-29. And now Ryan Posner joins us back here in the booth, and looked like it was going to be an easy win at the end there, but Paulino just got away from him.
Yeah, and usually when Felipe comes in with a 3-run lead, you're thinking, all right, you got this one pretty much locked up. Some tough defense out there definitely didn't help him. A wild pitch. You know, it wasn't like they were squaring up a lot of balls against him, kind of just some tough C&I singles, and like I said, the wild pitch, obviously. So those insurance runs in the 8th inning sure look pretty important right about now.
Silverio, you have him on the post-game show. I mean, this is a guy who continually drives in runs. I mean, you know, when you look at what he's done in 34 games and 2 RBIs tonight, that's 25 ribbies in 34 games. That's some pretty good production. And with, you know, Courtney Hawkins leaving, he's really taken a stranglehold of that cleanup spot.
Yeah, and you got several guys like Barrett Barnes, Derek Norris, Matt Chavez, all ranking in the top 10 in the league on base percentage, all batting in front of him. So you're just going to have plenty of guys on base to hit with when he's up there. And like Rondon said, translating, you know, he's just making the most he can, whether it's a sac fly or, you know, a single home run. He's got shown a little bit of power as well. A very big addition to this roster midseason.
And Paulino gets the 30th save, joins Derek Loop as the only Skeeters ever to have 30 saves now, just 2 away, and had Loop on the pregame show, and he said, you know, hey, I hope he gets 40. He's pitching well, but I got to think inside, he's like, my record is disappearing.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I'm not surprised to hear him say that now because, I mean, it's sure looking like it's going to get broken. But, I mean, yeah, what a season for Felipe. And, I mean, only 2 blown saves out of the 30 saves, 2 blown saves. I mean, having just a great season.
Well, that is going to do it for us here. Again, tomorrow will be an interesting matchup. It'll be former Skeeter, and that is Brett Marshall. Marshall having a tough season, 2-5, 4.60 ERA between the Skeeters and the Blue Crabs. The former big league right-hander will face another former big leaguer, and that's Skeeters ace and Dallas Beeler, who might be the front runner for the pitcher of the year here in the Atlantic League. He is 7-1. A tight one, 4-3. They look for the sweep in this series tomorrow before they face the Barnstormers for 4 games in 3 nights. A special thanks to Ryan Poster and Kyle Van Hook. This is Ira Liebman saying enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you tomorrow night.